presentation of Jefferson Pilot Sports, a division of Jefferson Pilot Financial.
Hawk sets up in the shotgun, and he looks to try to run, and he does to the 10. He's at the 5, and he scores!
2001 was a dream season for the LSU Tigers. Nick Saban's team played the underdog role as they won the SEC championship in dramatic fashion.
Tigers win! Tigers win! And LSU is the 2001 SEC football champions.
Now the challenge is to defend the title. Gone are the leading passer, receiver, and tackler from a year ago. But in their place, some true heavyweights of their own. Today, Mississippi State comes to town. The last time these two teams met in Baton Rouge, the Tigers escaped with a win in overtime. Jackie Sherrill hopes that his Bulldogs can get away from the Tigers' den this afternoon. It's always a party in Death Valley. And Tiger fans are looking to start the SEC season next.
Touchdown, Tennessee!
It's the 79th year of football inside Death Valley in Baton Rouge. And today, number 22 LSU plays host to Mississippi State. It's our SEC Game of the Week right here on Jefferson Pilot Sports. And hello again, everybody. I'm Dave Neal alongside my partner, Dave Rowe. People were concerned about Tropical Storm Isidore hitting this area. Baton Rouge, luckily, Dave, they kind of skated away with not much damage, just a few inches of rain, so the field pretty good shape. We always come into games talking about offensive players. Today, we're going to go to some side you like. That's the defense. And we've got two great linebackers, Brady James and Mario Hagan today.
Oh, Brady James, I love him. Great skills, strength, range, sideline to sideline, knowledge, preparation, and confidence. He says, I'm good and I know it. Mario Hagan, he brings many of the same skills. Hagan leads by example. You know, you're out there, you're tired, you're moving around, you got some doubts. There's 89, and he plays full speed, Dave.
Mario Hagan. They will count on him heavily this afternoon against this LSU offense that seems to be gaining some momentum. But first of all, we will see LSU on defense. Mississippi State won the toss. They deferred. And LSU will kick off to start the game. At the goal line, Fred Reed. Fred Reed to the 15, dives forward. Flag comes down at the 15-yard line. A return of 20 for Fred Reed. The old face mask against LSU. Doyle Jackson, our referee today. Third member of our team, as always, Dave Buzz Baker. Let's check in with him right now.
Thanks, Dave. You know, this is the start of LSU defending its SEC championship, but Coach Nick Saban wants no part of that. He's been involved in some complex schemes at the NFL level, but he says his guys can overanalyze. The only thing he wants them to do is concentrate about whipping the guy across from him on the next play. Field, you mentioned, it's in good shape. It was uncovered, and it is soft in spots.
Thanks, Buzz. Yeah, not a lot of grass on the turf here at Death Valley. Let's get a little sloppy in the middle. Fant to throw on first down. Pass a little bit too high. Falls incomplete. Intended for Terrell Grindle. Let's take a look at our Chevy starting lineups for Mississippi State. There is the man we just spoke of. Grindle had a couple of catches against Jacksonville State. Dante Walker at tailback got a little bit of a bruise on his shoulder. We'll see how he plays today. Up front, these guys are gaining experience as we go along. The big man up front, Donald Tucker, 6'4", 319 pounds. Kevin Fant has really been, when you look at his numbers, the 4 games that he started, the last 4 games going back to the end of last year, he's put up some awesome numbers. They hope that he can put up some awesome numbers on the scoreboard this afternoon. Here's Walker. Picks up about 3.5. Brady James led the way on the tackle.
Well, the important man in the middle is number 11, Brady James. He's got great range. We talked about him. Look at him slide, squared to the right to the hole, gets in there, and he'll be on a lot of tackles today.
Chad Lavallee also in on that tackle, but Brady James, a guy with a great attitude, a great motor, and we'll see him at the next level. There's no question about that. It's a 3rd down and 5 with 3 receivers in the game for Mississippi State. Comes some pressure from LSU. Single setback. Pass is caught by Ray Bivens, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he stopped right there. Our Chevy defensive alignment for LSU this afternoon will look like this. Marcus Spears with a couple of sacks this year. Brady James heads up a trio of linebackers that are pretty good despite the absence of Trev Falk, who went off to the NFL. Demetrius Hookman in that secondary. 6 PBUs. Pass broken up this year, tied for the top spot in the Southeastern Conference. And speaking of the SEC, few have done it as well as Dominic Davis, who returns the punt for LSU and the kicks. This is a low-line drive kick that Davis will take at the 22. Dominic Davis trying to find some room. Davis, Dominic Davis, across midfield. Listen to the roar as he goes the distance.
Caused by broken tackles. You see number 4 there. That's Miles Randall. He misses the tackle, and Davis is off to the races.
And I tell you what, Dave, as John Corbello comes in for the point after, it is up and good. Dominic Davis has had a couple of punt returns, kick returns for touchdowns this year, but they've been called back. He finally gets one in the end zone. LSU leads it 7-0.
Nothing says love like beef.
Wade here from Plank Road. We're busy making Ice House, not ads. Rob Kiley sent us this idea. Nice headband, dork. We'll make the Ice House, you make the ads.
Obviously, the new Silverado is here. Silverado, the truck from Chevy.
SEC football is being brought to you by Alltel. Are you connected? By Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. By Ice House. At Plank Road Brewery, we'll make the Ice House, you make the ads. For details, go to icehouse.com. By Pizza Hut. So much variety. The best pizzas under one roof. And by Advance Auto Parts, where the best part is our people.
A great day for football in Baton Rouge. And the home folks happy after the 78-yard punt return for a touchdown by Dominic Davis, and he is closing in on all the return records in LSU history. Just added 78 yards. Here's Fred Reed. Fred Reed still on his feet out over the 35 to the 36-yard line. So the Bulldog offense will take to the field after the 28-yard return. That was the first punt return for a touchdown allowed by Mississippi State, Dave, since 1994. And who did it then? LSU's Eddie Kinnison.
Oh, yeah, I remember Eddie Kinnison. Sure do. Well, really important now, Mississippi State, you just take a deep breath, get back into your offensive plan, and play what brought you here. Don't try to abandon it. They're not a great come-from-behind team, though.
High formation. Dante Walker is your tailback. Justin Griffith is your fullback. Little option play. Here's Walker. Griffith with a nice block, but good pursuit from the inside by LSU. Jeremy Lawrence, Damian James converge on the tackle. Walker, a big back. 5'10", 250 pounds. Coaches say he came in a little heavy this year, Dave, and he's still not quite where they probably like him physically, but he's got a lot of talent.
Boy, he does. If he gets through the hole, he's also got that great speed, that little flash speed where he can break it.
Second down, 7. Handoff goes to Griffith. Lavallee on the stop for LSU, the defensive tackle out of Marksville, Louisiana. We hope everybody over in New Orleans, by the way, Dave, is doing well. I know they got pounded by the rain. Tropical Storm Isidore just about an hour from here. We hope everybody in New Orleans that's watching made it out of there safely.
12 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain, partner.
Third down conversion for Mississippi State. They're first in the league. Fant to throw. Overthrows his intended receiver, Justin Jenkins. Corey Webster on the coverage for LSU, and that'll bring up another fourth down.
And boy, does that put pressure on the defense. 3 and out, 3 and out. You're going to get the ball right back to LSU.
Let's check in with Buzz quickly.
You know, Dave, Dominic Davis, there's been a lot of talk about these day-night games. Dominic Davis said he liked the day games because he could get home and take care of his dogs. He's got 18 pit bulls that he and his brothers raised for pets. Well, he likes the day games. Now he can get home and get to the dogs after he took one at the dogs on that opening return.
Another low punt. Davis will have a chance to return this. Dominic Davis this time doesn't get very far out to the 34-yard line. Milas Randall, who missed a tackle last time, holds on. 33-yard punt, 6-yard return. Take a look at our Chevy starting lineup for the LSU Tigers. Dominic Davis, who just returned a punt 78 yards and then 6 more yards on that last punt. Ben Wilkerson on an offensive line that's getting better and better. Andrew Whitworth, this guy is huge and he looks thin. Over 300 pounds, 6'7". There's Matt Mock. Completion percentage increasing, had a career high 215 yards 2 weeks ago. Tofield gets the carry and gets a couple of yards. Tommy Kelly makes the stop. Our Chevy Bulldog defensive lineman, Khalil Nash, one of the defensive linemen. Tommy Kelly, 55, a guy who's got so much talent. Mario Hagan and Mulwiney are your linebackers. Corey Banks, a guy who likes to talk and a guy who was good at not only talking a little trash, but can also cover with the best of them in America.
Kind of reminds you a little bit of Fred Smoot, who used to be out there in that same position.
Right, has some room. Mock out over the 40 to the 44. Loose football. Who's got it? Haven't seen a signal yet. It'll be Mississippi State football. Rico Bennett recovered the fumble.
Well, it's hit from the back. Watch this. Get your hand in. When he comes back inside, he gets hit from the back side. And that's Fields in there, number 73, who gets in there. Excuse me, 93. Gets that arm up there and rips him. That's the worst place to get hit.
So 2 plays and out for that LSU offense, and the defense back on the field again. And it's great field position for Mississippi State. I formation on 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Boy, Fred Reed tripped coming out of the backfield. That field right around the Tiger Eye at midfield. Just not in very good shape.
Yeah, when that right in the middle, you see how soft it is, and that really that just causes the play all to break down. You've got to hit when those guards open that little seam. You've got to be at the hole. One step makes a huge difference. Results in a yard loss.
And at 5'9", 185 pounds, Reed's not a guy that can certainly run over anybody. Fant swings it out, has plenty of blocking, and it slips again. Dave, I hate to keep bringing this up, but as we walked around the field today, let me just explain this a little bit. Of course, there was 4, 5, 6 inches of rain here in Baton Rouge a few days ago. There's not much grass on that field, meaning that it becomes a hard, almost clayish turf that you're running on.
Yeah, these runners are used to see how quickly he steps and just kind of feet slide out. They're used to those little short jab steps. Get that speed, and Jackie Sherrill knows that they're best on a fast track. This is not a fast track.
3rd down and 8. And movement on the right side, Justin Jenkins. That's going to, that's the kind of penalty you don't want to have. Make it, now you're 3rd down 13.
Yeah, that's illegal movement. Let's see who we see move. Yep, a little bit early movement there. Can't do that. Got to set up. Now, of course, when you're pass blocking, you've got to get off the ball fast, especially on that left side.
Mississippi State penalized the most of any team in the SEC. 29 for 254 yards, which amounts to almost 85 a game. 4 wide receivers on 3rd and 13. Fant fires over the middle, batted up in the air, and it's caught! First down, Mississippi State. Darius Tubbs at the 34-yard line. Terrell Grindle couldn't hold on, a gain of 16.
Well, it's called the tip drill. Watch how many times he gets hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing. And you've got to go for the ball. Defenders are taught to go to the ball. But how about a heads-up play there? Just diving down in there by Tubbs.
Mississippi State needed a break.
Yeah.
They finally got one. Let's see what they do with it. Fant to throw again. Looking for the end zone. Out of bounds, but a flag down in the end zone. Demetrius Hookman was on the coverage. Terrell Grindle made the catch, but out of bounds.
Well, watch the arm. Watch the tail end of the play.
Wait for the flag from Doyle Jackson. The call from Doyle Jackson is Nick Saban out on the field.
Oh, wow. What a surprise. I want to tell you, if that's not pass interference, I'm going to, oh. You want to take a peek at it? Watch this, the tail end. Watch Hookman's left arm. Watch here. I don't care if it's uncatchable. Look right here. He hooks him right there. Boy, oh boy. Question is, would he have caught it in bounds?
Side judge said that it was uncatchable, but definitely a pass interference. But yeah, had he caught the ball, he would have been out of bounds anyway. 2nd down and 10. Griffith, the fullback. Not much room, maybe a couple of yards on the carry.
Well, it is really important for Fant to come away with points. When you get the football and you get great field position and your defense has just been scored on or a return, you've got to come back out, move those chains, and make a first down and get some points. They're not in field goal range yet.
Sparky Woods, the offensive coordinator for Mississippi State. He is closest to us. Trying to figure out something that'll work here. The batted ball thing worked pretty well.
Yeah. I don't think they want to try that again.
3rd and 8. Fant again. Pass caught. That'll be close to a first down. They'll give it to him. Gain of 11. Ray Bivens on the reception. Move the chains again.
Well, I like this catch. Watch this slot position. Come across. Look at him stretch out. Going across the middle. He's just a youngster, a sophomore, but he stretches out great for the football. He's fearless going across the middle.
Ray with 6 receptions, 155 yards. His real name is Ray Bivens, but he picked up that extra Ray in Pee Wee football. They just kind of stuck with him, and he's gone with it. Ray.
If he catches like that, I'll call him Ray.
A little dipsy-do for Mississippi State. Nick Turner, the freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia, picks up about 4 on the play.
Well, Dave, one of the players that we highlighted was Brady James, number 11. You want to watch what it's like? You take the fake here, you see it. Now look at him get back on that horse. Run the angle of pursuit, get in there. When he gets his hands on you, he doesn't let go. You rarely see Brady James miss the tackle, just fall off. Just love his style.
How good did he come out this year in terms of tackles to start the season? 19 versus Virginia Tech, 18 versus the Citadel, the first 2 games for Brady James. Here's Reed inside the 15. That'll bring up another 3rd down. That red zone that we just saw moments ago from Mississippi State. Here's a team that's good on 3rd downs, good in the red zone. They're 10 of 10, 9 touchdowns and 10 opportunities. Nobody does it better to this point in the SEC.
And, you know, it's interesting, as we just saw Jackie Sherrill there, charts his plays, knows exactly what he wants to do. He's always writing stuff down, always has a plan. You see him there, pencil in hand.
Another 3rd down, 3rd and 4. They swing it over to Turner. Nick Turner, 1st down inside the 5. Demetrius Hookman runs him out of bounds. And boy, Mississippi State has come up big on 3rd down conversions after the gain of 9.
Yeah, watch the block right there by number 8. That's Justin Jenkins. Good block downfield. Get in his way. Drive him off the ball. That's what you call coordination between the running back coming out of the backfield, swing out, pick up that block, pick up yards.
Bulldogs 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. 1st and goal. And here come the 91,000 Tiger fans to make a little noise. Inside the 5 goes Reed. Lavallee on the stop for LSU.
You know, coaches love, like Jackie Sherrill, they love to run that off-tackle play. But I'll tell you the one that bothered me the most when I played, straight up the middle. Get behind that guard center, find that little seam. It's the straightest distance to the goal.
2nd and goal. Darnell Jones, your fullback. Reed, the tailback. Fant checking off at the line of scrimmage. Lofts it up to the corner of the end zone, off the fingertips of Justin Jenkins. That'll bring up a 3rd and goal. Randall Gay with good coverage for LSU.
Yeah, it's a flare out to the, now watch this. He looks back at it. He just has to time this because that ball is right there on his fingertips. You've got to catch that football. Look at this. Plenty of room. You don't short arm it. You just got to catch it. Great position on the defender.
Great throw. Great throw by Fant. Couldn't throw it any better.
Absolutely.
12th play of the drive coming up. Sparky Woods, what will he call on 3rd and goal? Fant under pressure, back over the middle, incomplete. Pressure came from Marcus Spears and forced Fant out of the pocket. And here comes the field goal unit.
Well, you've got to come away with points. This is a smart play. Jackie Sherrill knows that he can't get the football back over and in a great field position and come away with nothing. This will pick up your defense a little bit.
Here's Brent Smith, the junior, attempting a 20-yard field goal. It is up, and it is good. So Mississippi State answers. They put up 3 on the board, now trail by 4. We'll come back to Baton Rouge after a word from your local station.
He knows he's physically different. But when Clark Kent feels the grip of desire...
I know how you feel for me, Clark. I can see it in your eyes.
Something uncontrollable is awakened. An all-new Smallville.
Tuesday at 9 on Atlanta's WB.
Adventure Inc. It's not reality.
It's better.
Adventure Inc.
Premieres Saturday, October 5th on Atlanta's WB.
The Lexus GS Series. Driving the way you've never experienced it before. See your Atlanta area Lexus dealer.
In a world where 2 was special and 3 was unheard of, one man dared to say,
4? You gotta be insane!
4 unique tastes push the Cheese Extreme Quesadilla into the 4th dimension of flavor. The heat is on when mozzarella, pepper jack, cheddar, and nacho cheese sauce form a taste to die for.
So good.
Makes you want to be bad?
Don't miss the new Cheese Extreme Quesadilla. For 4D flavor, think outside the bun.
Wade here from Plank Road. We're busy making Ice House, not ads. Rob Kiley sent us this idea.
Nice headband, dork.
We'll make the Ice House, you make the ads.
SEC football is brought to you in part by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
LSU 7, Mississippi State 3, 5:02 to go in the first quarter. And there's a little example of that turf getting chewed up already. We still have plenty of time to go in this football game. Hopefully it'll hold up long enough. It's already affected a few of the plays today. Kickoff is deep. Dominic Davis stands at the end zone. Let's check in with Buzz, who has a little something on Dante Walker.
Has not been injured, did not practice much this week, but just has not been given to football yet today, though. The impressive thing about that drive, though, Dave, was the starting center, Chris McNeil, went out about halfway through with an injured left foot. They've taken him to get it x-rayed, and they had a flawless seam with Blake Jones coming in at the center spot. Those two guys have been battling back and forth, and this Mississippi State offensive line not happy behind me that they didn't get the ball into the end zone.
They've been good inside the red zone. 9 touchdowns and 10 opportunities coming in, but had to settle for the field goal. Trail by 4. Matt Mauck takes over. LSU's offense has only run 2 plays this quarter. Mauck fumbled the last time. The handoff goes to Tofield. He's out over the 25. The Jefferson Pilot Sports Crew is on the road covering SEC football. We like to eat at Huddle House and always enjoy their big house breakfast and lunch platters. What a venue for college football.
Oh, doesn't get any better than this. This is marvelous. The noise, the atmosphere, the pregame.
Oh, the people here are fantastic. Takes the pitch. LeBrandon Tofield out over the 40. Josh Morgan finally brings him down. Gain of 16 and first down for LSU.
Well, when we talked to the coaches about LeBrandon Tofield, we said, what's the difference between him and Davis? This is the difference. When he gets to the hole, he explodes through it. And look at him just rumble. Keeps those legs going after contact. 7, 8, 9 yards. Carries the defender with him.
Tofield averaging over 7 yards a carry. And how about the 19 touchdowns last year? Tied an SEC single-season mark and also set an LSU record. Mauck will swing it here to the near side to Tofield. LeBrandon popped at the 43-yard line. Got maybe a yard. While Whitty hit him. Pizza Hut scoreboard looks like this. Virginia Tech, who's moved all the way up to number 5 in the latest rankings. Ohio State taking on former LSU coach Jared DiNardo in Indiana. Iowa upsetting Penn State. It's early, but Dave's Nittany Lions could go down for the first time, and Navy over Duke by a touchdown. Our Jefferson Pilot ACC announcer, Steve Martin, on hand with us today in the booth. Also the voice of the New Orleans NBA basketball team. A little reverse. It's Henderson tripped up at midfield by Josh Morgan. What a great tackle, because Henderson's got unbelievable speed.
And Dave, you talk about a reverse working. Watch this one. You're going to see the reverse is going to come back. Now watch on the tail end of the play. you're going to see a wall of blockers that is incredible. You get the ball there. Look at the yellow shirts up in there. They've got 3 people. They're actually, everybody's waiting. There's nobody to block. They've got to go downfield. Great recovery there by Mississippi State to stop the big gain.
1st and 10. Here's the pitch. Toefield. Good defense of work by Mississippi State. Tommy Kelly. Rico Bennett. Talking to Jackie before the game today, and boy, he really studies the game. And you would think somebody who's been around as long as he has would kind of just understand how it all works. But he's out there stopwatch in hand and warm-ups, and 1.42 seconds versus 1.4 seconds is a difference in how he will attack a punter. And I mean, it's really amazing to spend some time with Jackie.
That's not Jackie fans. A little bit warm out there.
Malk to throw. Pass a little bit high. Malk gets popped at the 44-yard line.
But Dave, you're right about that. He's got great knowledge of the game, Jackie Sherrill does. He loves to sit there. He times the kick. How long can it be? He knows exactly how long it takes for his blockers to get in there and block it. And you'll see him call it on a punt. When they're practicing, he'll say that one can be blocked.
Joe Lee Dunn, the defensive coordinator, says his team is, of the 12 quarters they've played 6 perfect quarters and 6 horrible quarters, and they need to kind of find a happy medium in there.
He said we want 6 of the perfect ones. We need 4 of them today.
3rd down. Malk dodges one defender, but slips down and still on his feet. Matt Malk to the 45. Well shy of the 1st down, but could have lost about 20 yards. Rico Bennett stayed after it out of his dog safety spot to bring him down.
Well, it starts off with a blitz, and the blitz gets great pressure. Watch right here. This is going to get pressure on him. Coming in there, it's Clark. There, excuse me, right there. Now, steps around. Now, watch him move in here. Here comes another one. You got to break down. He doesn't break down. They miss a 2nd tackle. You just can't miss tackles out there. You can't allow a quarterback to run. And Malk starts, he just picks up positive yardage. Just can't allow that to happen.
But once again, you see the turf is getting chewed up. A high kick bounces at the 5, and they'll call it a touchback. 45-yard punt. Good-looking kick from Donnie Jones, who came in. They didn't know if he was going to punt. He has a bad knee. But a flag down against LSU.
Well, what happened on that play? The defender jumped in from the goal line, from inside the goal line, and he jumped over top. That was Mays. Jumped back in. He touched the ball. It had broken the plane.
And he knew it right away.
Yeah, he did.
Man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it may all be negated because of that flag.
Doesn't appear Mississippi State will have LSU re-kick it. They'll take it at the 20.
Kicking team only had 6 men on the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. 1st down from the 20.
We've got 1:11 to go in the 1st quarter. Back after this.
Pizza Hut. There are big dogs here. Bobby, is that you? I'm having second thoughts about this whole NFL XL deal.
A big New Yorker and a free 2-liter of Pepsi. All season long on Sundays and Mondays. It's going to be the greatest deal around.
Not from where I'm sitting.
Try the NFL XL deal from Pizza Hut and Pepsi. An extra large pizza at an extra small price. And a free 2-liter Pepsi. Only available this season on Sundays and Mondays, only at Pizza Hut. You make the call.
Come on in and watch the game.
We'll deliver the deal.
It all starts here, grade school, the place where our children begin preparing for life. And the SEC recognizes the responsibility teachers have to affect their future.
The SEC's education initiative, every elementary school and library throughout the Southeast is getting this wonderful CD-ROM. It uses athletics to reinforce math and reading skills, and it teaches things like teamwork and good sportsmanship.
The Southeastern Conference, creating a legacy for the future.
I will own a Jaguar.
I will own a Jag.
A Jaguar.
I will know the joys of all-wheel drive. Standard.
I will own a Jaguar. I will.
I will.
Speed-sensitive steering. Standard.
Complimentary scheduled maintenance.
Standard.
This Jaguar's mine.
I will own a Jaguar.
For exceptional values in the X-Type, visit Nally Jaguar in Roswell and Hennessy Jaguar in Gwinnett or Buckhead today.
Obviously, the new Silverado is here. Silverado, the truck from Chevy.
7-3 is our score. LSU in their SEC opener. Mississippi State lost their opener to Auburn 10 days ago at home against Auburn in Starkville in a record crowd. And, you know, Mississippi State just turned the ball over too many times and couldn't play catch-up.
They're not a great come-from-behind team. They like to dictate the style of play. That's why they want to get out to a quick start.
Fant to throw on 1st and 10. Flag down, but looking long. Pass is picked off at the 35 by Randall Gay. Gay still on his feet. Gay. Hit at the 32. A return of 34 yards, but let's wait for the flag.
And all of a sudden you hear all this crowd take a deep gasp because the flag's on the play. There's a discussion going on as to what it was. In the neutral zone, lined up. Look at Nick Saban. He doesn't like mistakes. Now, what's the first thing you say is, who is it? Wow. What a huge turnaround. We're talking about having the ball on the, what, 24, 25-yard line. They line up in the neutral zone. You just can't have that.
Heck of an interception, though.
Great play. Gates just plays great inside position. He goes up high, takes the ball away from Jenkins, and now he picks up those blockers. And I'll tell you that, the LSU blockers, they know what to do. When they intercept the ball, you see them all running and sprinting downfield, picking up blocks.
But Gay turned his head right as Jenkins turned his head to kind of go back and look for the football. I mean, it was just a great play defensively, but it's taken away by a defensive penalty. So it's now 1st and 5 for Fant and the Bulldogs. Here's Walker off tackle. It's maybe 3 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and short. Brady James with his 3rd tackle along with Norman Lejeune out of that safety spot.
Dave, you know, we talk about players and when they're nicked. That's the difference right there with Dante Walker. When he's nicked, he's just a half a step slow getting into the hole.
Darnell Jones, the fullback. And that will be the end of the quarter. Fant couldn't get the snap off, but no damage done. They'll switch sides of the field on 2nd down and short. A Dominic Davis punt return for a touchdown. Mississippi State responded with a field goal. It's 7-3 LSU. We'll return for 2nd quarter football after this message from Texas Pete.
Used to be the only people around here who used hot sauce were a bunch of hotheads. Now Texas Pete hot sauce has people headed in a delicious new direction. Texas Pete has the perfect recipe to lasso the flavor of all your favorite foods. Texas Pete hot sauce. It's the bottle with the cowboy.
1932, the world ate its first Crystal.
Welcome to Crystal.
Crystal chili cheese fries. The chili cheese fry combo.
This is my favorite place.
Keep eating them, you know. Exquisite.
Delicious chili cheese fries.
Oh, yeah.
With 3 Crystals.
You can't beat them.
And a medium drink. You want some of that? All for $3.99.
Just gets all over your face and you're licking your hands. And...
Little food, big taste. Start your day with a Crystal Sunriser.
Silverados here. Silverado, the truck from Chevy.
SEC football is brought to you in part by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Tailgating, certainly a big part of LSU football, and wouldn't you know it, the Chick-fil-A cow. That thing's been everywhere. You can't run from the cow.
No.
You cannot run from the cow. LSU leads at 7-3 as we begin second quarter football in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. In a big SEC West showdown between the Bulldogs and the Tigers. 2nd and 1. Darnell Jones, your fullback. Walker, your tailback, I formation. Fant will throw. Look like he's going deep. Overshot his receiver, intended for Ray Bivens, who had a step on Randall Gay, but Fant just overthrew him. Our Gatorade first quarter stats look like this. 1 passing yard, but really there weren't many plays for LSU in the first quarter. I know their first drive had 2 plays. Like 8 total plays, I believe.
Yeah.
That should be enough for a first down. LSU had 9 offensive plays in the first quarter.
Of course, that 78-yard punt return, that's what really is.
That helps.
Yeah, that really helps. Nobody likes that better than Nick Saban. That's my kind of play. You can run 8, 9 plays. That's fine.
Well, these are 2 coaches today, Dave, that put such an emphasis on special teams. First and 10. Grindle and Jenkins, your receivers. Walker splits up top, all 250 pounds of them. Jones, the only back behind Fant. Fant, quick throw behind his receiver, Terrell Grindle. Jackie Sherrill, the longest tenured coach in the Southeastern Conference, and he has 4 former head coaches on his staff, but that's exactly what he wants. Joe Lee Dunn was an interim coach in '94 at Ole Miss, and of course Curly Hallman was a coach here at LSU, and Sparky Woods up in the booth calling the plays was a head coach at South Carolina from '89 to '93. And he spent 6 years at App State, and Joe Lee Dunn down the field. So Jackie has surrounded himself with a lot of head coaching experience. Jarius Norwood, speaking of experience, has hardly any. The true freshman out of Brandon, Mississippi, gets brought down by Brady James.
Oh, we're going to see a lot of number 11 today, Brady James. In the backfield, he's 3 yards in the backfield making tackles. Loves to sneak up through that game. He's got tremendous confidence. When he comes up to the line, he knows where the play is going. He said, hey, this is my year to excel.
That's why he came back, had a lot of unfinished business. He'd already accomplished quite a bit. What else he's got to do?
Well, it was great talking with him yesterday. He's just a fun guy to talk to.
3rd down and 15. Fant steps up in the pocket. Hit as he throws. 4th down coming up.
And that's a coverage sack. This is a coverage sack. When your quarterback sits back there, he's going to drop back in here. He's in shotgun. Drop back. Wait. You just can't take this much time. Eventually, that pocket's going to collapse, and you get that pressure on you. You've got to look downfield. You got to make those decisions a little bit quicker. They'll be telling Fant that on the sideline.
Jared Cook to punt for the Bulldogs. Averaged 48 yards on 5 punts against Auburn last Thursday. Low line drive kick. Roll inside the LSU 40. Actually not a bad punt of 36 yards because there's no return. And with Dominic Davis back there, anytime you can get a net 36 punt, you've done pretty good. We'll return to Baton Rouge after this message from Advance Auto Parts.
At Advance, we believe in doing it yourself. So we made this commercial ourselves.
Hey, Charles, what are you doing?
Just getting ready to install a new battery out there for a customer.
I see. It's a pretty cool outfit. Wow. Well, where'd you get those awesome goggles, battery guy?
Funny.
Battery guy walks the earth, searching for battery. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, Battery Guy. Bow before him. Wade here from Plank Road. We're busy making Ice House, not ads. Rob Kiley sent us this idea. Nice headband, dork. We'll make the Ice House, you make the ads.
Hurry, the model year closeout on 2002 Sierras is almost over. It's the best time of year to get into the most powerful line of pickups in the world, with more towing capacity than Ford F-150 and Dodge Ram. Supplies are limited, so get to your GMC dealers today for the return of 0% APR for 60 months on all remaining 2002 GMCs, or get $2,500 cash back on Sierra. See dealer for restrictions. Upgrade to professional grade. See the pros at your local GMC dealers.
SEC football is brought to you in part by GMC. From professional-grade people come professional-grade trucks.
Let's play some football. 7-3, LSU leads Mississippi State, 13:24 to go before halftime. LSU takes over, first down and 10 from their own 39. Fant has time, fires over the middle, intended. Excuse me, Matt Mauck, intended for Michael Clayton. Mauck is certainly a guy that's gaining, he's confident anyway. I mean, he's a veteran. He spent time playing baseball before he came here. He was certainly, you won't find a bigger arena than the SEC championship game. So he's been under the glare of a lot of people, and I think it's just a matter of getting in that rhythm.
It is. I said to him yesterday, I said, Grandpa? The guys call you Grandpa? He says, yeah. I said, I'm only 23 years old. Grandpa? But everybody else is 18, 19.
A couple of tight ends in the game. Here's the toss to Davis. Dominic Davis out over the 45. On the 46, Corey Banks tripped him up. Gain of 7 on the play. Had a chance to talk to...
Well, first of all, watch this here. When they slide to the hole, if you don't get to the point of attack, if you're running laterally, he picks up yards because he bursts through the hole. You've got to get to the point of attack and get up in the hole and get square into the hole, Dave.
Davis's season numbers. Had a chance to talk to Matt Mauck before the game today a little bit. He says, when you give my baseball, my minor league numbers, hedge a little bit. Help me out. Davis in motion to the near side. Here's Mauck. Tuck it up. Gets the corner and a first down. Mulwinny had a chance, but Mauck able to get outside and gain 6 yards and a first down.
Well, you've got to be able to take the football, and you've got to be able to move around in the pocket, and sometimes your quarterback's got to run. But now watch what happens on the tail end of the play. On the tail end of the play, Mario Hagan, number 98, comes up in there, and I mean, he gets some good pressure up in there. Just really came up in there, forced him out of the pocket.
Matt Mauck's done a nice job running the football today.
A lot of time.
Oh, Mauck going up top into double coverage, batted around, and probably should have been picked off by Josh Morgan. Michael Clayton was the LSU receiver, but Mauck threw it right into double coverage.
Boy, a lot of time for Matt Mauck to sit back there and look downfield. And then look at this. Josh Morgan, 47, goes up. He has the ball. He's the center fielder. He's just playing the ball. Look at him come over there. You've got to come down with that.
Oh, and he fell right on the small of his back. Ooh, that has to sting a little bit. Josh a little slow getting back to that safety spot, bending over a little bit. Man, I didn't realize how awkwardly he fell. Josh, the senior out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. Here's the handoff to Davis. Nowhere to go on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Ronald Fields on the tackle for Mississippi State, along with Higgins. How about New Mexico State striking first against the Dogs? Virginia Tech winning. Ohio State over Indiana.
Ouch. Ouch.
NC State over UMass. And Duke by 5 over Navy. 3rd down 9. Ball rest at the 47. Hawk fires over the middle. Behind is well, it was either overthrown to Michael Clayton or behind Jarrell Myers. It was one of the two. Either way, not in the right spot.
Well, you talk about pressure. Watch Willie Evans level the quarterback. Number 36 just runs over him. They moved him into that nose tackle, and I mean, he comes off the ball fast.
Dave, Willie Evans is a guy that until this week was playing fullback for Mississippi State. Couldn't get him on the field. They like him as an athlete, so they moved him over to a nose tackle, and playing his first snaps this year on that D-line, and nearly got himself a sack. Left-footed punt of Donnie Jones sails into the end zone. 47-yard punt. O'Brady James.
Oh, what a player. You want to play linebacker? There's the man you play like. He's got great range along the line. Look at him run to the ball. He reads the plays well. This is that reverse. He reads it, comes back against it. He's tough, sideline to sideline. He'll stick his nose in there, right there. And most of all, he's a leader. Look at him get up. Nope, they aren't going to do anything on us.
The active career leader in tackles in the Southeastern Conference. He already has 7 tackles today. Here's Nick Turner, gets the corner. Turner with great speed. Turner, a parade All-American, considered a top 10 running back in the country coming out of high school. Rushed for over 5,000 yards, 58 touchdowns, and has been clocked at 10-4 in the 100 meters, just gained 20.
Yeah, when he gets the outside corner, he gets that edge. He's a burner. And no one likes that more than Jackie Sherrill. He knows this game is played at speed. It's played with speed on the edges. You see him right down there? Just remember, number 7, Nick Turner.
Right before the game, Coach Sherrill told me that we would see a lot of Norwood and Turner today. Try to get them in the game when it's not necessarily a blitzing situation because they're pass blocking, not quite there just yet. Nick Turner slips down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, you can see him shake his head when he gets up because he knew he had big yardage. It's a draw play. He gets the ball. He sees the seam. You can see it here. Look at the hole that he comes in. He's looking at a hole right there. And all of a sudden, he turns back inside, and you see his feet slide out from underneath him.
Man, everybody slide down. It's like a hockey rink.
Well, what they do, when you get a moist field like this, Dave, they come in with a roller, and they roll over it, then they paint it green. It looks like it's a beautiful grass field, but you and I were down there early. We saw that it's just dirt with some green paint on it.
Under pressure, lofts it up. It was tied in off his fingertips. The Mississippi State bench erupts wanting a flag. Jackie Sherrill is certainly a little livid. Yeah. Lionel Turner on the coverage.
Well, what they were saying is that there was contact early. He said he grabbed him early. See if he doesn't come into him. Look at the hand. Oh, yes. Yes. No doubt about that.
Ooh.
That's that hook move we were talking with Bobby Gaston, the head of the SEC officials, when that defender hooks him. I think Jackie Sherrill's got a right to be upset there.
3rd down 10. Well, Jackie's still going in.
Oh, yeah.
Fant in the shotgun. Fant long out at the 50. Had to get, if he touches the 50, if the nose of the football hits the 50-yard line, it'll be a first down. And it looks like he might have gotten it.
Yeah, it's an out pattern. What you do is just run a quick out, but you have to know where that first down yardage is, and that's exactly what he does on the play. Grindle just gets just enough for that first down, makes the catch, goes out of bounds, move the chains. This is what Mississippi State needs to do. Keep the ball away from LSU. Move the chains and score.
The senior from Hattiesburg, closing in on 100 career receptions in his Mississippi State career. He stands 6th all time Here's the handoff to the up back. That'll be the fullback, Griffith. He gets 5 on the play. Marcus Spears in on the tackle for LSU. At halftime, we'll be taking a look at the All-Tel halftime stats. Dave Baker will be with us. Get you caught up on what's been happening around the Southeastern Conference. Nick Saban, the defensive-minded coach. Spent a lot of time on the defensive side of the football. Second down 5. 4 wideouts. Fant will roll off the fingertips of his receiver, Justin Jenkins.
Boy, no one knew that more than Fant. You see that arm movement when he threw it, the ball just floated as it went out to Jenkins. Can't float that ball. Got to deliver a strike. He knows it. That's part of learning. Both teams, though, Dave, have really had a tough time with their receivers. There have been a lot of passes that these groups of receivers, and they might be as a really LSU Mississippi State has tremendous athletes at the wideout spot, but their receivers have been dropping some balls. Will Muschamp, the defensive coordinator, former Georgia Bulldog football player, just 31 years old. Fant fires across the middle. I'm sorry. You can't drop that. You've got to catch that.
Darius Tubbs, the intended receiver, and hit him right in the numbers.
This is a perfect pass. Just an in pattern. You got some separation. Look right there, top of your screen. You've got to catch that. You don't catch it up against your body. You catch it out with your hands. It bounces off those shoulder pads and chest pads.
Couldn't throw it any better.
No.
Dominic Davis stands at the 10 as Mississippi State will punt it away. Jared Cook. It's a high kick. Davis will call for the fair catch at the 11. A 34-yard kick, and that is where LSU will take over. Davis has provided the only excitement offensively for LSU with a 78-yard punt return for a touchdown. LSU leads it by 4. Back after a word from your local stations.
It's summer clearance at your Super 7 Isuzu dealer. Get 0.0 APR for 5 years or $4,500 cash back. Free financing or rebates up to $4,500 on Rodeos, Troopers, and Axioms at your Atlanta Super 7 Isuzu dealer.
Get it on. At Rich's. In a world where 2 was special and 3 was unheard of, one man dared to say,
4? You gotta be insane!
4 unique tastes push the Cheese Extreme Quesadilla into the 4th dimension of flavor. The heat is on with mozzarella, pepper jack, cheddar, and nacho cheese sauce form a taste to die for.
So good.
Makes you want to be bad.
Don't miss the new Cheese Extreme Quesadilla. For 4D flavor, think outside the bun.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I'd like to return these checks. You put the bank's address on them instead of mine.
Okay, that's a new printing fee, a transaction fee, and, of course, a conversation fee.
Conversation fee?
We'll have to charge you for this little chat we're having. 3 pronouns, 7 verbs.
What?
Oh, emotional outburst fee. Well, those can be steep. You'll have to write us a check.
Fed up with fees? Try Washington Mutual. Our free checking has no teller fees, no fine print, no surprises.
There you go. Have to charge you for that.
Washington Mutual.
Isuzu breaks the $300 price barrier during summer clearance. Loaded Rodeo LSs and Troopers, now just $299 a month with 0 down. 0 down for a Rodeo or Trooper. This week only at your Atlanta Super 7 Isuzu dealer.
Gorgeous day in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. LSU leads Mississippi State 7-3. The Tigers have beaten Mississippi State 9 of the last 10 times. And you have to go back to 1991 to see a Mississippi State victory here in Baton Rouge. Hawks pass is complete, but a great defensive play and then a fumble. Josh Morgan picks it up. Josh Morgan inside the 5. First down, Bulldogs. A 16 15-yard return. Corey Banks caused a fumble on a big hit.
Boy, out in the middle of the field, you have got to wrap him up, and that's exactly what Corey Banks did. Watch number 2, top of your screen. Going to hit Henderson right through him, and you see the ball come up. And how about Josh Morgan, 47? He knows what to do with it when he gets it. Pick it up and run.
And, Dave, how about this? That is just the 3rd turnover gained by Mississippi State this year. Joe Lee Dunn told you that we got to start having some turnovers.
Yeah, no interceptions. They had no interceptions before that. He said, we just have not turned the ball over. This one here is perfect for them.
The pitch. Here's Walker. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Dante Walker, the senior out of Clinton, Mississippi, with his 5th rushing touchdown this year.
And, partner, you could have run this one in. Nobody touched him. Big wall of blockers out in front of him. Not a hand laid on him. All of a sudden, the momentum turns back to Mississippi State. We talked that they don't like to come from behind. Now they're ahead. They can start to play their kind of football game.
Mississippi State trying to figure out what's going on with this point after.
I think they're missing someone. See, the coaches are out there. Look at Jackie.
Oh, Jackie is having to burn a timeout on a point after. Dante Walker has now had 5 rushing touchdowns this year, and they've all been from a yard out or less, but he just moved into, with his 22nd career touchdown, moved into 5th place all by himself on the Mississippi State list. Bad shoulder and all.
Well, you give it to the champions when you get down inside the goal line. And what he did is when he took that pitch, he had great blockers out in front of him and just saw that pylon and ran towards it.
That was all set up by safety Josh Morgan's fumble return. And let's check in with Buzz for more on that.
You know, Josh Morgan has got a history with this Mississippi State program, his entire family. Now, Josh, of course, is a safety. We've seen him in action today, got the fumble, should have had the pick. His brother, Rob, is a former MSU quarterback who's a grad assistant. Brother Brett is a true freshman on this team. His dad, Robert, is the coach at Warren Central High School. He's won a couple of state championships. They were playing last night, and they couldn't make it to the game, but already a big play that they're no doubt enjoying at home.
Absolutely. And here we go with the point after, making a 3-point game. Brent Smith. Kick is up and good. He snuck a couple of... Well, the field goal stuck in the right upright. The point after sneaks in the right upright. So Mississippi State leads on the road by 3. Back after this.
Pizza Hut. There are big dogs here.
Bobby, is that you?
I'm having second thoughts about this whole NFL XL deal.
A big New Yorker and a free 2-liter of Pepsi. All season long on Sundays and Mondays. It's going to be the greatest deal around.
Not from where I'm sitting.
Try the NFL XL deal from Pizza Hut and Pepsi. An extra large pizza at an extra small price. And a free 2-liter Pepsi. Only available this season on Sundays and Mondays, only at Pizza Hut. You make the call.
Come on in and watch the game.
We'll deliver the deal.
The 03s are here. Get 0% APR on every 2003 Chevy truck. That's one solid deal on every 2003 Avalanche, Trailblazer, S10, Suburban, and Tahoe. Get in for 0% APR on the 2003 Chevys. New 2003 Chevys, 0% APR at your local Chevy dealer.
The legend was born in 1965 in the storied swamp of Florida. And as befits a legend, it began with a searing question.
Coach asked why we didn't go during the game.
The players weren't adequately hydrated, and their performance suffered.
As the Gators marched through the season, they drank a carbohydrate electrolyte beverage created by University of Florida doctors.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
In conditions ever make a salamander sweat, the Gators thrive.
Those boys drank that stuff, and they became a second-half team. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
In 1967, when the Gators won their first Orange Bowl, Gatorade had arrived.
Today, Gatorade is the most researched sports drink in the world.
And it continues to fuel champions wherever they're found. A humbly born on the hard-scrabbled gridirons of Florida, proven by generations of athletes. And just as the games never end, so the legend continues.
Mississippi State takes a lead 10-7, 9:15 to go in the first half. Mississippi State struggled in terms of turnovers this year. They came in, what were they, 12th in the league with a -8 differential. They've still yet to get an interception. Here's Davis, Dominic Davis. Can Davis get the corner? No, but he does get to the 36-yard line. And one of the side judges down as a pile of players converged right on that Mississippi State bench.
Yeah, I think he got his legs cut out from underneath him.
That's Matt Moore.
Boy, he came down hard. I want to tell you, that was a hard fall. Maybe we can see this on the tail end. Watch him to the right of your screen. Watch him see if right in there. Right there. You see him come down, and look how hard he comes down. That hurts. You see it again right there. He's blowing. Oh, man. He just never saw it. He started to blow the whistle dead, blow the play dead. Just got his legs cut out from under him.
Just talked to Matt before the game today at midfield.
Yeah.
And you hate to see that. Hate to see that. Of course, you've got two fantastic staffs, the Mississippi State staff over there, and getting some help from the LSU crew. And it looks like they're going for the card. He may have really done some damage to a... It may have done some damage to an ankle. They're looking at that lower left leg, it appears.
Oh, when he went down, Dave, I saw him lift his head up and look over, and you could tell he was telling him he was hurt.
Jesse Dupay is our alternate referee today.
Well, it's always a wonder to me how officials don't get hurt more often. They're right in the middle of the action. They have to be right there.
Of course, last week we had just a heartbreaking injury to Ole Miss tight end Doug Ziegler, and he has fractured his leg, will be out for the rest of the season. And they had to bring in the air cast and cart him off to the hospital for x-rays early in the game. It's tough being these officials.
No, it is, because you're right out there. I mean, all of them. I mean, you're right out in the action. You have to be so close to make a call. People don't realize that the officials have to be in great shape. They're not just guys out there doing weekend duty. They train, they run, they jog, they lift weights. They're in pretty good shape.
And Matt Moore really had no chance to kind of brace himself. He had his back turned to the field, and Ryan O'Neal came in and caught him from behind. Well, let's check in with Buzz.
Dave, the word from down here on the Mississippi State sideline where Matt Moore's been getting outstanding medical care is that I don't know whether it's complex or compound or exactly what you'd say about it, but the ankle was going the wrong way when they got to it, and the orthopedic people put it back into place. He's hurting a little bit, but boy, he's a gamer now, and he's sitting up and got a smile on his face right now. That seems, you know, we're happy about that, but apparently it's a broken ankle, and they'll go with the alternate official, and now they'll be taking Matt back in and getting him casted up, and he's talking with people now, and that is a good sight to see, because over here we've got this covering on the sideline so it doesn't turn to mud. Boy, it is really tough to stand up over here. He took a hard fall, and he's okay. They're going to take him and get him casted. Broken ankle, but he seems to be in good spirits, fellas.
Best of luck to Matt Moore. Well, we have to play some football, and LSU hands it off to LeBrandon Tofield. Gets a few on the carry. Josh Morgan on the stop for Mississippi State.
We talked about the alternate official. These officials, as he gets wheeled off, these officials they've got a great program where if someone gets hurt, someone gets dehydrated or something, they can bring in another official, just takes his place. They don't miss a beat.
Second down for Tofield. First down marker is at the 46.5-yard line of LSU. There's Jesse Dupay, the alternate today, who is now on the gridiron.
Yep. Big play here for Matt Malk. Got to pick up this first down. You don't want to give it back to Mississippi State. They've just had a turnover. They've just had good fortune. Their defense is rising up. If you're going to throw it, you got to throw it safe.
Third down and 3, 4 wideouts in the game. Hit as he throws. That's a fumble. A pile up at the 35. Mississippi State says they have it. The LSU defense comes onto the field, and for good reason. The second fumble recovery today for Mississippi State, and they're in LSU territory.
Well, it's called a Joe Lee Dunn defense, and it's a smothering defense. Tommy Kelly, number 55, just roars in there. Look at, nobody touches him. Great hit. You see the arms not going forward. Jason Clark recovers the fumble.
Another turnover by this LSU offense. Joe Lee Dunn, Dave, I mean, he was just harping on, we got to have turnovers. We got to have turnovers. Well, you've gotten them today. 3. Dante Walker, nowhere to go. Brady James met him in the hole. 8 tackles now for James in the first half.
And now when you get turnovers, you have got to score points. We talked about that early field goal on the turnover. Then they did the touchdown. Now you've got to be able to drive the length of the field. That's Sparky Woods' job. Got to get this offense moving. Got to put points on the board.
Mississippi State's offense has really had bad field position this year. And now Sparky Woods has some good field position, and Will Muschamp, the defensive coordinator, will have to figure out a way to stop this Bulldog offense, and that's a good way, and that's keep Dante Walker in check.
And you know what's interesting on watching that run? I didn't like this run. You don't tippy-toe up in there. That's not the Dante Walker that I'm used to seeing. I'm used to seeing Dante Walker come up there, see the hole, explode through it, get to the outside if there's nothing up there. I think he may be nicked more than what we think.
And I think there's a stoppage in play. Timeout taken by LSU. And Nick Saban gathers the troops. And speaking of Coach Saban, he certainly has added an SEC title to his resume. And now the challenge is to get his Tigers prepared to repeat that championship, which is mighty tough.
They need to focus on the things that helped them be successful, which was a lot of hard work, a lot of togetherness as a group, and a lot of willingness on everybody's part to do their job and take care of their business relative to what was best for our team. And if we can do that again, we probably have enough good players to have another good football team. Whether we can win another championship or not, that's why we play all the games, because I think there's a lot of good teams in our league.
There are a lot of great teams in this league, and what he was able to accomplish last year with this team, who they were 0-2 and had a chance to go to 0-3, but rallied against Kentucky last year and turned their whole season around. And they began to believe in the Nick Saban way and rode it all the way to the SEC championship game and a Sugar Bowl victory over Illinois. And Brady James, part of the reasons why. Trev Falk, Jeremy Lawrence, boy, they made up the best trio of linebackers, perhaps.
Yeah, they believed, they dominated. They just came in, completely took control of the football.
Trev, by the way, picked up by the Dallas Cowboys this week. Here comes some pressure from the safety. Pass complete out at the 30. That's Terrell Grendel. Tripped up right about the 31. He'll be about 6 yards shy of the first down. So
look at the pressure right up the middle. They pick him off, give a little bit of time to Fant to look out into the flat. When you pick him up, you've got to be able to read that as a quarterback. You've got to be able to get rid of the football fast.
Wow, this will be a long field goal.
Boy, it will be.
47-yarder. Brent Smith, his long is 27 yards. Smith's kick is off to the right. That's the third kick that's been off to the right today. He's made the first two, a field goal and a point after, but the 47-yard kick goes wide right, and no points for Mississippi State after the fumble recovery, but they still lead by 3 with 5:50 to go in the second quarter.
Big stop that time by LSU. They needed it. They had to come out. They couldn't allow more points to get on the board. That Brady James-led defense, they answered it.
Our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game today is actually nuggets, plural. Kentucky today will try to put that undefeated mark and keep it alive against Florida down in Gainesville. The SEC teams average 181 yards rushing per game, which is second in the nation, only behind the Big Ten. And Ahmad Galloway out for the season for the Crimson Tide, the senior tailback, a class act, a great runner, will be missed, but certainly some talent in Alabama's backfield, much like here at LSU. Dominic Davis. It's about 7 on the play. That'll bring up second down 3. T.J. Mowini on the tackle for Mississippi State.
Boy, at LSU, they love using Dominic Davis, back him up with LeBrandon Tofield. Not a whole lot of drop-off in talent and ability there. They just need to control this football game. Get back, moving those chains, do what you do best. Obviously, Mock's not having a good start to the football game. Hey, go to that running back.
Davis will pick up the first down. Out over the 40. Khalil Nash on the tackle for Mississippi State.
You know, this is an interesting play. Not really a big hole in the line, but he just gets behind him and just kind of finds a little seam in there and rolls up. Sometimes that's just what you have to do. You got to get behind those big offensive linemen and just kind of root them out a little bit. 2 plays, first down, keep it on the ground. Don't do anything fancy now.
A couple of tight ends in the game for LSU on 1st and 10 from the 42. Handoff goes to Davis, still on his feet to midfield. Gain of 8 on the play.
Barry O'Hagan he runs to the football so well. There he is, number 98. See the play? Now he gets blocked out. Now he rolls right back to it and gets in on the tackle. Gets his helmet in there. That's what you got to have by a linebacker. That's what makes him so good. He's got that nose for the ball. He gets back to it.
Second down and 2. A chance to keep the drive alive here. And then some. Dominic Davis driving his way inside the 40. Gains 13. Josh Morgan finally brings him down along with Wallace.
Well, when it's going, and it's right now it's the running game for LSU. Big man on big man. Look at that balance. Don't lose your balance. Rip on through there, carry people. Davis just doing a super job in there.
Davis, 6 carries, 41 yards. Of course, also has a 78-yard punt return for a touchdown to start this game for LSU, but Tigers haven't done anything since, except turn it over.
Just keep on running it.
Davis inside the 35. Some extracurricular activity going on. After the play, Mario Hagan makes the tackle. Mario has been pretty quiet today.
Yeah, he has been. He hasn't been the factor that Brady James has been. He only has 3 tackles.
James, I believe, with 8 for LSU.
This is such an important drive for Matt Mock. You got to keep the chains moving. Now you're taking control of the line of scrimmage. You're running it down their throat. See if Mississippi State doesn't try that blitz, that controlled blitz on the run to try and get him in the backfield.
Davis again. Dominic Davis. He's just powering his way, carrying Bulldog defenders with him. 11 on that gain. First down LSU. Morgan and Hagan converge on the stop.
Excellent block up front by the fullback, number 30 in the hole. He's going to get a block and then find that seam and get to the weak side. As you come up into the line, follow your fullback now. You see that seam back there? Great block by Solomon Lee, number 30. Boy, they're eating up yards now, Dave.
Davis again. Close to another first down. He's inside the 15 to the 13. Slovakia Griffith finally runs him out. A gain of 9.
Get to the outside, utilize that speed, pick up the blockers there. You see Peterman, 72. Good block along the lines, and the line play has been super. See right there, there's Peterman, 72. You get out there, look at that block. Just knock them off their feet, get downfield, find that little seam. That's what you need.
Well, they gave him 10 yards on the play. They spotted the ball, and it ended up being a first down as Mississippi State calls a first timeout after the first down, and Davis has been the workhorse on this drive. Not only are they chewing up some clock, but they're gaining some confidence, averaging 7 yards a carry.
Well, they're not doing anything fancy. They're just taking the football and they're stuffing it right down Mississippi State's throat. Malk doesn't have to do anything fancy. Just run it.
Well, Matt Malk could just kind of watch. And Matt Malk did a lot of watching in a minor league baseball career because he was the catcher. Had a chance to check out the whole field in 3 years of minor league baseball, and was a third-round draft selection by the Cubs in '97. And some other quarterbacks that also played Major League Baseball. Of course, Doug Johnson, now the backup quarterback with the Falcons. Josh Booty spent some time in Cleveland, I believe it was Cleveland, as a quarterback after playing here at LSU. Quincy Carter, now the starter in Dallas. I mean, it seems to be the way of the world now. You play a little Major League Baseball or minor league baseball and then come play quarterback in the SEC.
What a group of competitors. But, you know, interesting on this series here, every one, Dominic Davis, 7 straight runs. Now, this is where you can't get cute. You can't just turn around and say, oh, hey, we're going to try a pass right now. You've run the ball with authority. Nick Saban knows that. He loves that part of the game. Just keep going to what's got you right where you are. Just keep on running it.
Tofield in on first down and 10 from the 13. Tofield to the 10. Hagan holds on for his 5th tackle. Mario out of Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Good block. Watch this again, following Peterman, 72 right there. Just get that block, get to the outside. But a good play there by Hagan. Come through the line, make the tackle.
Second down, 7. Clock ticking. 1:45 to go before halftime. Here's Tofield to the 5. Hagan again on the tackle.
Boy, Tofield made a super miss there. He made a miss, cut back inside. He's got those quick feet on the ground. You talk about two runners that really complement each other, Davis and Tofield. No drop off in the play with whichever one's in there.
Third down and 2. 9 plays, 65 yards. That's the drive to this point for LSU. Davis back in the game. Dominic Davis powers his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
We talked about no drop-off. Boy, he just runs over him. 55 is Tommy Kelly. He just misses the tackle. And look, he just runs over top of Griffith, number 25, into the end zone.
Dominic Davis with his 3rd rushing touchdown this season. That was really his drive. So it's fitting that he would score the touchdown. The point after from Corbello is perfect. And LSU scores with 1:03 to go before halftime to take a 4-point lead. Remember, 10 days ago, Auburn scored late in the second quarter to take a 21-7 lead over Mississippi State.
Well, a couple things work on this play. Offside guard coming out here. Good block by the fullback, and then get to the outside. It's worked 4 or 5 times on that play. See the pull? Good kick out by the fullback. Now, just follow the running. Just ram it into the end zone. 10 plays, 10 runs, nothing fancy. Touchdown.
Stay tuned. Dominic Davis, 76 yards on the ground. Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, we'll be highlighting the best in the SEC, presented by Don Pablos. That's coming up in 1 minute, 3 seconds. Matt Mock had the best view of that drive.
Yeah, did he ever? That's not hard for a quarterback. You know, that's really what LSU needed. They needed to get this crowd back in the game. They needed something to go down there and just play smash mouth football. And they did. 10 plays, all runs.
Well, LSU is only averaging 25 points a game offensively. That's 11th in the Southeastern Conference. They're 12th in passing yards, 6th in rushing yards. So they really needed to get some momentum. And I think, you know, when you can run the football like that, that helps every aspect of your offense. Sails to the 10. Nick Turner with it. Nick Turner out over the 35, and that's where he's brought down. Return of 26 yards. Reed and Turner nearly got into a little mishap trying to return that kick. They collided, but Nick Turner, this guy is going to be a star. He left Atlanta as one of the best players, not only in the state of Georgia, but in the country. And Mississippi State brought him in and perhaps had their best recruiting year ever in the history of the school last year, and it shows with a half a dozen freshmen playing.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you this, he was so close to getting that one. Wow.
There's another true freshman, Jarius Norwood, out of Brandon, Mississippi. He gets taken down by Spears.
How about Spears showing a little bit of emotion here? They said, hey, the offense just drove the length of the field. They scored. I don't like the way Brady James is coming back there. Looks like bent over a little bit. He's just kind of catching a breath. There he goes. He's back to normal. He's a tough competitor.
Here's Norwood, takes the toss. Norwood runs out of bounds. He's shy of the first down. That'll stop the clock with 14 seconds to go.
Well, you start thinking about things to do right now. If you're Jackie Sherrill, hey, you know what you do in 14 seconds? Throw that ball up long.
At halftime, we'll be taking a look at the Alltel halftime stats. Our clock up there, that's the first time I've ever noticed we've gone into hundredths of a second.
Like basketball.
No, I mean, that's even more. It's usually 14.1, but we can break it down even more. I love it. It's the JP technology. Brady James makes the tackle for LSU to end the half. Brady, actually, there's a 7.2 seconds left, but
7.02.
And a timeout taken by LSU, and this obviously is for good reason, and that is to give Dominic Davis a chance to return a punt. He scored once on a punt return today.
Or perhaps a punt block. Maybe LSU has seen a little chink in the Mississippi State punting game. Maybe they may try to put a lot of pressure on.
The advocate is a proud.
Brady James, by the way, will head to the locker room with 9 tackles already today in the first half. LSU sneaks into the top 25 this week. They're at number 22. Florida number 7. Georgia number 8. Tennessee, after that loss to Florida, fell to number 11. There could be a shake-up there with Florida State losing Thursday night to Louisville. That hurt a little bit. That stung a little bit. But you know what? That rain, you can't play in that rain. Come on.
Wait a minute. Both teams play in the rain. Don't give me that.
That weather, it's a great equalizer.
That's right.
So Dominic Davis will head back, stand about the 20-yard line. Jared Cook will punt it away on 4th down and 3. It's a line drive kick. Davis will let it bounce. And that will do it for the first half. A 53-yard kick and a flag down, and there's some extracurricular activity going on around the 6-yard line.
That flag was thrown after the quarter ends.
That'll be a personal foul, probably unnecessary roughness.
personal foul by the kicking team will be penalized on the kickoff for the second half.
Boy, and that'll Mississippi State will kick off to start the second half. Let's check in with Buzz.
Coach, you said that if you're patient, you could have some success against this defense. You had it on that last drive once you finally held on to the football.
Right. Well, we made 3 turnovers that led to all their points. So, you know, we got to take care of the football. We got to do a better job of making some plays in the passing game. We haven't been able to protect very well. But, you know, the 3 turnovers have really killed us, and we got 1 turnover negated by a penalty. So, you know, our mental errors has been a problem, but we just got to play through them.
Your defense has really strapped it up, though, and they've bucked up when they've had them in close situations.
Well, they have, but we haven't done well on third down. I mean, we've given up 5 third and, you know, 8, 9, 10s, you know, to keep drives alive, but we need to do a better job on third down on defense.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Best of luck in the second half. That's Nick Saban. His team goes to the locker room on top of Mississippi State. 14
was dominant when they came off and they were able to drive that ball at the end of the game just down the field. That just set a tone. I was surprised Mississippi State didn't try one of those run blitzes where they got penetration.
Well, Mississippi State, I think Dante Walker's, I look at the stat sheet, just 6 carries, 14 yards for him. Offensively for LSU, Matt Mock just 2 of 6 passing for 9 yards in the first half. Let's go to our Toyota keys to the game in the second half. What do you think?
Well, create more turnovers. That's been the story for Mississippi State. They have 3 of them. All their points are off that. And for LSU, that offensive line needs to continue to dominate. 70 of their 130 yards on the ground was in that last drive. 10 straight runs.
Well, we've got ourselves a ball game. We expected one. It's an SEC showdown. LSU, Mississippi State, second half football just around the corner.
Chick-fil-A has always been committed to helping people achieve their goals in life. One way Chick-fil-A accomplishes this is by providing scholarships, helping students in their quest for higher education. In fact, Chick-fil-A has awarded over $750,000 in scholarships to support students attending Southeastern Conference schools. The SEC is also committed to helping people achieve their goals, and that is why Chick-fil-A is proud to be an official partner with the Southeastern Conference.
NCAA football opens its doors to everyone.
NCAA football.
It's a chance to embrace new ideas.
To meet people from diverse backgrounds and form new friendships.
And how to see things from a different point of view.
It's about learning tolerance and understanding.
NCAA football.
It's education at its best.
On and off the field.
NCAA football.
A lifetime of opportunity.
At Toyota, not all SUVs are built the same. They're each amazing in their own way. There's the adventurous 4Runner, Highlander, the SUV with a car-like ride, the RAV4, stylish and fun, and Sequoia, the V8 that seats 8. You're going to find the SUV you're looking for, even if you're not sure which one that is. And now get 0.0% APR financing for 24 months, or $1,250 cash back on the 2002 4Runner. That's right, 0.0% APR, or $1,250 cash back.
SEC football is being brought to you by the Supersonic Cheeseburger, only at Sonic, America's Drive-In. By Fast Signs, for sign and graphic solutions made simple. Call 1-800-FAST-SIGN. And by Alltel. Are you connected?
The LSU campus on a beautiful afternoon for football. We've got a good game going. 14-10 LSU on top of Mississippi State. We are just moments away from starting the third quarter. Dave Baker just moments ago caught up with Jackie Sherrill of Mississippi State.
Coaches, is a good news, bad news sort of thing. You get the 3 turnovers, but only 10 points.
Well, the bad thing is we didn't punt very well and we didn't cover, so we gave that to them. So you come back and you get the turnovers, you're going to have to get more than 10 points. You know, you make. Certainly we should have made the field goal.
In terms of that last drive, they were able to grind some yards out on you during that last drive.
Well, we didn't play very well at the corner. We got to make some adjustments there and make sure that we don't give that to them.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Best of luck. That's Jackie Sherrill, Dave.
Jackie also a little bit of a wardrobe change at halftime. Matt Mock comes out still wearing number 18, but not a great first half. He got off to a slow start, fumbled early on, and really kept his throwing down. but he had some great help from his running game, specifically Dominic Davis.
Absolutely. Dominic Davis, 11 rushes, 76 yards. Look at how tough he is in there. I mean, when he sees that hole, puts his head down, he sees carrying blockers and tacklers for 2-3 yards. I love his speed. I love his vision. Look at this. Put your head down, get that yardage. It's been a full first half of Dominic Davis. Dominic has dominated.
Davis in the first half, 76 yards on the ground, averaging just shy of 7 per carry. Tofield's 8 carries, 39 yards, just shy of 5 yards per carry. And of course, 2 punt returns for Davis for 85 yards, 1 kickoff return for 36 yards. Davis has been the man for 197 total yards. That's a pretty good 30 minutes of football. He just does it every week.
Yeah.
Dominic Davis this season he now has 9 straight games of over 100 all-purpose yards. But Dave, let's go back to the end of the first half. There was a unnecessary roughness, late hit, if you want to call it that, as the half ended for Mississippi State.
Yeah, that'll be assessed on this kickoff, hence the kickoff from the 50-yard line. Now, do you kick it in the end zone, or you just try to squib kick it down to the 5 or 10-yard line? I think if you're LSU, you wouldn't mind them starting on the 20.
That ball's picked up by Turner. Nick Turner trying to get to the outside, out over the 20, so he ends up gaining a couple of yards instead of a touchback.
It's a little surprise to me. I thought he'd kick it out of the end zone, not give him the return.
Today's attendance in Baton Rouge, 90,793. We're about 900 fans short of a sellout. I'm sure the tickets have been sold, but we had 900. Where are you folks? Come on.
Well, I was here before they built that upper deck. You see in the distance there. It was one of my first NFL games here, an exhibition game for New Orleans Saints. Boy, long time, before you were alive.
That long ago. Here's Walker. He can't hold on to it. Dante just not playing very well today. Dante, in the first half, came away with 6 carries, 14 yards.
You can see his feet slip out for a moment. Look at this. He's trying to concentrate on the football. If he had any chance when his feet slide out, he just takes his eyes off of it. Need to go downfield. Need to get that football down. Find your wideouts. Find Grindle. Find Jenkins.
Matt Moore, our side judge that left the game, just had surgery, having some pins placed in his ankle here in Baton Rouge. We'll head back to his home state of Missouri as soon as he can. Fant's pass down in the dirt, intended for Justin Jenkins.
And Dave Fant just held that ball too long. He was looking down the field at Grindle. He had him on a streak. Look at the time he has to stand back here. Look down, look down. Got to come off a secondary receiver and just throws it. When he went down, I wondered if this is his wide receiver. This is the one that he wanted to go to. Coming across, I should say this is the one he threw to. He wanted to go to Grindle. But I saw when Fant got up, it looked like he might have hobbled a little bit.
Yeah, Fant's certainly favoring his legs. 3rd down and 10. Fred Reed in at tailback, and he'll get the handoff. Reed tries to break it to the outside, but that won't work. Lionel Turner out of Walker, Louisiana, the 240-pound sophomore linebacker, played it extremely well.
Well, you don't want to do this if you're on offense, 3 and out. You sure want to do it if you're LSU's defense. 3 and out, get great field position. And there you got a number 31 back there, Dominic Davis, who's lurking.
Well, this is what happened to start the game. Mississippi State went 3 and out and punted away to Davis, who returned it 78 yards. Cook's punt is a high spiral, driving Davis back to the 27. Davis stutter steps, still on his feet, flag down, a couple of flags down, and Davis gets out over the 40-yard line. A 50-yard kick, a 15-yard return. An injured LSU player down on the field. O'Neal, looks like Ryan O'Neal, number 49, out of New Orleans, Louisiana. There'll be a holding against LSU. Not very many penalties in the first half for either team. 1 for Mississippi State, 2 for LSU.
Yeah, you see him there, number 49. He's the one that's going to get hit right in there, fall down. And that was actually him that ran into the official on the far side.
That looked like one of those missteps where you just kind of, I guess, tweaked the knee a little bit. Let's hope he's all right. He needs some help. Of course, 2 of the best in the business, Jack Marucci and Andy Barker of the LSU training staff.
You can see the way he came down. He just came down awkward on it. Just was trying to avoid somebody and just came down as if that knee just twisted a little bit. Good to see him put a little bit of pressure on it.
He's putting more and more pressure on it.
Sometimes that's what you got to do. You just got to get up, get a little weight on it, test it a little bit, come over to the sideline.
You know, we just saw Jack Marucci and Andy Barker, 2 of the excellent trainers here at LSU. We were talking. We both have connections. Well, all 3 of us have connections to Florida State, and we're down there at the same time. It was a tough day for us yesterday after our club went down. Out to the 29-yard line goes LeBrandon Tofield.
You remember, this is how LSU ended the first half. Matt Malk and company, hey, start it right back up. Just run that football. Nobody knows that better than Nick Saban. He'll tell you right off, hey, just keep on doing what you do best.
Joe Lee Dunn.
I'm a little surprised that Joe Lee Dunn hasn't done that run blitz where you shoot him through, trying to get him in backfield.
Tofield again. Jason Clark from his in spot with the stop. Jason out of Starkville, Mississippi.
Oh, and this is what you call nowhere to go. Look at this. They stuff him at the point. Now, you break down right here. Look inside. Good there. You see Hagan, 98. He's holding up, sliding to the football. A lot of people in on the play. That's just what you want on defense. But I am surprised that Joe Lee Dunn, he uses that defense, that run defense, where he blitzes backers through the line of scrimmage, brings them up through, tries to get penetration to disrupt the running back.
3rd down and 1. Malk hands it off. Tofield gets stopped at the 30. A huge play from Tommy Kelly and Josh Morgan. Morgan just inched up to the line of scrimmage and filled the hole.
That's the defense that I was talking about, where Joe Lee Dunn has them come up on the line of scrimmage. Look at them all up there. You see them shoot through. They get into the backfield. Again, this is what you want. Penetration. You see how everything is disrupted? There's no place to go. 47 is Josh Morgan. He's in there. He's a safety.
Got a little of that turf. Josh Morgan tried to run back on the field, but they said they had enough. Nick Turner back to return the kick. Mississippi State tried to block it. Here comes a late flag. It was 4th down. And about 5, 4.5. Fred Reed might have been the guilty party. And let's see it. That may be just enough.
Well, you can see right there, it's not a big hit, but it's a hit.
Well, Donnie Jones already got hit 2 weeks ago and has a bad knee. You can see the brace on his right leg.
Well, you saw 10 men up for Mississippi State. You knew they were going to come after it. Question is, was it 4th down and 5 or 4th down and 5.5?
Which is a 5-yard foul by the defense. The yardage results in a 1st down.
Evidently, it was less than 5.
And you know, the thing about it is that Fred Reed wasn't even trying. He realized, I mean, it's just, Let's check in with Buzz.
Dave, you guys were down on the field with us with Jackie Sherrill before the game. He times everything out so meticulously as it relates to punting. He believes there's X amount of time you should take to snap the ball back and get the punt off. X amount of time there should be after the punter catches it and then kicks it. And if it's over a certain amount of time, he believes you can go after that punter. We knew he was going to go after a punt today, but the problem, as Jackie said, was if you don't have it timed correctly, you can overshoot. That's what happened on the roughing penalty.
He gambled and lost that gamble.
And that's a great analysis of exactly what Jackie Sherrill does there. Before the game, a little stopwatch, standing there, writing down notes.
And he was analyzing their kickers. He's like, this guy, he can hit a long one every now and then, but he's a soccer player, so he's he's not going to be as consistent as the other guy. And, I mean, it's really interesting listening to him talk about special teams.
Yeah, same thing with the snapper. He doesn't get the ball back quick. He's all over the place.
Well, LSU takes a timeout. They lead by 4. We'll return to Baton Rouge right after this.
To keep your business moving in the right direction, you need to make the best decisions about your image. Fast Signs offers sign and graphic solutions to make your choices simple. With locations coast to coast, Fast Signs is ready to keep your business moving. Fast Signs, sign and graphic solutions made simple. Call, click, or visit a Fast Signs location near you.
It's Eat Like a Kid Again month at Sonic. Featuring our Supersonic Cheeseburger, made with the freshest ingredients after you order it. This is the big double meat, double cheese classic with the flavor you remember. Then, take yourself back with the creamy taste of a Barks root beer float, blended float, or choose your favorite flavor. Now just 99 cents.
At Advance, we believe in doing it yourself. So we made this commercial ourselves.
Hey, Charles, what are you doing?
Just getting ready to install a new battery out there for a customer.
I see. Pretty cool outfit. Wow. Well, where'd you get those awesome goggles, battery guy?
Funny.
Battery guy walks the earth, searching for battery. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, Battery Guy. Bow before him.
I am the pizza guy. Donato's brings it to you. The half-price pizza deal is keeping me pretty busy. It's a great deal. You buy any large, get a second large single topping, half price. Delivery guys are good. Oh, yeah, I always get it there on time. And it's not just half price. It's Donato's for half price. Hey, guys. I'm heading back to base camp for more.
Every day at Donato's, buy any large pizza and get a second single topping large pizza for half price. And now, with free delivery.
It's all about respecting the pizza.
LSU leads by 4, the 22nd ranked team in the country, with 11:34 to go in the third quarter. Matt Mock, quarterback, looking at a 2nd down and 6 from the 39. Play action. Mock hasn't thrown it much today. Being chased by Kelly, runs toward the sideline. Pass is incomplete. Robinson, the intended receiver, is tied in. But Kelly really giving chase. Kelly now goes 6'6", 315 pounds, and was gaining on Mock.
Yeah, they say he looks skinny. You see him there, 55, 315, 20 pounds, and he runs with the quarterback.
Out of Jackson, Mississippi.
He is skinny. Look at him.
I mean, he is. He has got a physique that NFL coaches, scouts would love to get a hold of.
Big down here. Got to come after him.
Mock hammered as he lets it go. Pass is caught over the 45. That'll be a first down after the gain of 7. Michael Clayton, the team's leading receiver, with the reception. Pressure came from that guy Kelly again.
Yeah, watch this. Tommy Kelly, 55. He came to play. A heads-up play by Mock. Delivering a strike there. Little roll. Watch this. Throw a strike. He's got to get that first down. He makes it by a yard.
Clayton has been everything this year for the receiving corps. He's, I mean, just dominated in terms of leading the team in receptions. He came in with 17. And after that catch, I think that was his first catch today. It was. Here's Mock. Inside Mississippi State territory, down to the 33-yard line. A 22-yard gain from the quarterback.
Dave, what happens on this play is Mock comes down the line, reads the toss, and all of a sudden cuts back underneath. He's got nobody out in front of him. He's got a trailer, but he just picks up a couple great blocks. Boy, getting back on the linebackers, driving them off the ball. That's great play by the offensive line of LSU. They're about 8-9 yards off the line of scrimmage, still have contact.
LSU inside Bulldog territory at the 33. Here's the handoff to Tofield. Gets a couple of yards.
And Dave, you start looking back at this drive, that little innocent 5-yard penalty running into the kicker. Look at the results. Now they're almost in 4-down territory. When Hawk and company get that opportunity, you've got to make a defense pay when they make a mistake.
For the best deals on cars, trucks, and SUVs, visit your local Toyota dealer today. Nick Saban says don't look at the big picture. Look at each moment for what it is. Play each play. Don't think about a play that hasn't happened yet or will happen in the second, third quarter. I mean, he is so focused on the moment. And I guess it took a while for this club to listen. You know, he said something the other day, and he said it last year a couple of times. He wishes that the scoreboard wasn't up so his players wouldn't look at the scoreboard all the time.
Yeah. He said, I wish we could just play it. No score, just play it until we get ended. I'll tell you what the score is at the end. I like talking with him. I thought he was great to talk with. Very open. Gave us, you know, a little while of his time, valuable time. He even had to go to a speaking engagement. Big down here. 3rd down and 8. Oh, you know what this was? The late substitution, I think. Somebody ran out of the huddle. Oh, that's 5 yards. Now that'll really upset you. Look at Nick Saban.
How many times
can't do that?
How many times have we been over that?
Foul is for illegal substitution by the offense. Penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot, followed by 2nd down.
3rd down, not 2nd.
Yeah, see, they break the huddle with 12 men too late. 12 men in a huddle. Can't do that. That's the late substitution. And that's a fair rule because it keeps you from breaking a huddle with 12 men. One runs off the field.
Moss. Lofts it up, looking for the touchdown, and he has it. Avery Henderson, 36 yards and his first touchdown reception this season. And Henderson nearly fell at the goal line.
Absolutely. A lot of time to throw the ball, and he just lofts it up. And Henderson uses that great speed. There he is. Watch his speed right here. Now watch the trip right in here. He almost falls down. Look right there. You see that trip? But he keeps his eye on the ball. Excellent concentration.
Corbello going after. Is through, and it's 21-10. LSU out on top, and the 5-yard roughing the punter penalty was a killer for Mississippi State. Matt Mock with a touchdown pass, and LSU up by 11.
Mississippi State research in engineering, agriculture, and other fields is breaking new ground. The Engineering Research Center is a leader in high-performance computing for design applications and the 10th most powerful supercomputing site on a U.S. campus. Automotive engineering is the focus of a new center for advanced vehicular systems. In the nation's 5th largest program of agricultural research, scientists are developing new varieties of catfish, cotton, and other crops. Mississippi State, providing leadership for the 21st century.
Wade here from Plank Road. We're busy making Ice House, not ads. Rob Kiley sent us this idea. Nice headband, dork. We'll make the Ice House, you make the ads.
Think you're tough? Try one of Toyota's trucks on for size. Check out Tacoma. This baby performs when you need it, where you need it, every time you need it. And let us introduce the full-size driving, towing, and hauling machine commonly known as the Toyota Tundra. Tundra is what other trucks want to be when they grow up. Now get 0.0% APR financing for 24 months or $1,000 cash back on the 2002 Tundra. That's 0.0% APR or $1,000 cash back.
SEC football is brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealers. Get the feeling. Toyota.
90,700. Also woke up a little earlier than normal here in Baton Rouge to come out and watch the Tigers play, the 22nd ranked team in the country. And there's this rumor going around that many of these folks hadn't even gone to bed yet, but I don't know that for fact. I know our spotter, Kim Anderson, probably could use a few hours of sleep. Big hit at the 17-yard line. Fred Reed on the return. Let's check in with Buzz once again. Buzz?
Dave, Will Muschamp, the defensive coordinator here at LSU, an interesting story. He's a young guy in his early 30s. Coached with Roy Kidd for a while up at EKU, had some experience at Auburn, and was the defensive coordinator at Valdosta. Now, he's got a friend, Jimbo Fisher, the offensive coordinator, who said, hey, you want to come and maybe work on this staff? He came and interviewed with Nick Saban. That day, he was offered the job. And he said, Coach Saban is one of these guys that probably wouldn't do what is the politically correct thing, and that's to go with a guy with more experience. He's down on the field, works in concert with Nick Saban, and so far it's been an awfully good partnership.
Here's the handoff to Turner out to the 24. And one other note about Will Muschamp, you know, he was a grad assistant at Auburn for a while and worked with brother Bill Oliver. We call him Brother Oliver, who is probably at home watching this, a longtime defensive coordinator around the South, and said he learned a lot about how do you play defense from Bill Oliver. And that's a good guy to learn defense from.
And I love Brady James when he said, you know, I looked at this guy and I said, gosh, he's about my age. How's he going to coach me? He said, then I talked with him and he said, we talk about life, we talk about everything.
Contemporary, and that helps.
Yeah, it sure does.
High formation for the Bulldogs. Here's the pinch, it goes to Turner. Turner trying to get outside, gets to the 27. Demetrius Hookman played it well.
Well, there's no more important drive for Mississippi State than this one. You've just gotten scored on. You got scored before the half. You've got to come out and move the chains, take some pressure off of your defense. Boy, that man, Jackie Sherrill, would like nothing more than a nice long drive. Leave his defense over on the sideline. Get some continuity. Get some confidence in Kevin Fant, his quarterback.
Couple of tight ends, Lee and Lumpkin on 3rd down and 2. And off goes to the fullback Griffith, who powers his way to the 28.5, close to the 29, and he needs to get over. The ball needs to get just over the 29 for a first down. Jackie Sherrill standing right on the first down marker.
Good surge there, good drive through, and you have to give Griffith a lot of credit there. He didn't fall back, fell forward. If they made the first down, they didn't make it by much, but it was the efforts of the fullback who made it.
Well, Griffith is the team's leading rusher, if you can believe that or not. With all the running backs over the last few years that Mississippi State's had, Griffith has 100 yards rushing on 19 carries coming into this, and you got about 2 inches for the first down.
You know what I do? I go for it. I don't know. I'm a gambler, I guess.
And this is an indication right here, Dave, that Dante Walker is hurt. 4th and inches, and Dante Walker, your 250-pound tailback, isn't on the field.
Yeah, exactly. But this is when you really need him.
A lot of noise in the south end zone. On 4th down.
Wow, he didn't make much. You talk about 22 guys in a pile. There were about 20 in that pile. And I never like quarterback sneaks, not on 3rd down or 4th down and a foot to go. I've just never liked it. I know it's a quick play. You try to get a line surge, but you can see even the fullback, Griffith, comes in there. He starts to push the quarterback, trying to help him. If he made it by an inch. Look at this. Stood up, nowhere to go. Look at that. You just come in there. You see 31 is Griffin. He's pushing on his quarterback, saying, at least fall forward. Ooh.
Oh, Jackie was so kind, knew he had it.
Yeah, he was looking down, writing. Yeah, right. Oh, boy. And Nick Saban is saying, wait a minute, how did he make it? He didn't get an inch.
It is such an arbitrary thing on a quarterback sneak on a 4th and short, 3rd and short. With you got about 4,000 pounds of human being in a pile right there. How do you know where to mark the ball? Anyway, 1st and 10 for Mississippi State. Caught at the 36-yard line by Darius Tubbs. That'll be a gain of about 7 on the play. Georgia now, they trailed 7-0 in that game. Virginia Tech flanking Western Michigan. Ohio State over Indiana. Penn State, can't believe it. Cannot believe it. Lights at the Big Ten. NC State over UMass. And Duke all over Navy, 43-17. That one getting late in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 2. Comes the pressure. Picked up. Fant still under pressure. Pass looking for his receiver Jenkins right through his hands, but Fant gets clocked as LSU brought the heat.
But his fullback really picked up hard. His fullback got a great block, Turner.
Nick Turner, the tailback, Dave, and this is what is an area that Jackie Sherrill was very concerned about, but Turner, number 7, did a nice job on picking up the blitz.
Absolutely. Here comes DB in there. Look at Turner. Bang. I mean, that's knocking him down. But nowhere they got him in the backfield, and they just drive him over. But you're right, Turner's great block.
Coach was very concerned about that, but I think his freshman might be getting some more playing time. Huge play, 3rd down and 2. Turner might have lost a yard. Lavallee on the stop. The junior out of Marksville, Louisiana. Sparky Woods on 4th down and 3. I don't think Jackie and Sparky will waste much time in terms of punting it away. So a good defensive stand by Nick Saban's troops. And the Bulldogs will punt it away. Will Muschamp fired up down there, slapping his guys on the backside. That's the thing about Will. He's 31. He thinks he can still play.
I know, he does. And you could see it yesterday when we were talking with him. He is a fired-up defensive coordinator.
Former member of that Bulldog secondary back in the early 90s.
So we talk special teams. This is a huge special team for Mississippi State. They have got to punt the ball deep. They've got to get very little return. They've got to hold them down there and get the ball back.
Good kick. Davis takes it at the 15. Dominic Davis out over the 25. Can he do it again? He runs into his own player out over midfield. He came close to breaking it, but Nathan Jackson brought him down. A 48-yard punt, a 37-yard return. This guy is something else. Back after a word from your local station.
CarMax ASE certified technicians put every used car through a 125-point inspection. We average over 12 hours inspecting and reconditioning every used car we sell. So you get a great looking car you can depend on. CarMax, the way car buying should be.
In a world where 2 was special and 3 was unheard of, one man dared to say,
4? You gotta be insane!
4 unique tastes push the Cheese Extreme Quesadilla into the 4th dimension of flavor. The heat is on when mozzarella, pepper jack, cheddar, and nacho cheese sauce form a taste to die for.
So good.
Makes you want to be bad?
Don't miss the new Cheese Extreme Quesadilla. For 4D flavor, think outside the bun.
Hi, I just want to make a deposit.
You have your account number?
Right here.
Lean forward, please.
What is this?
It's our new customer tracking system. It has your account number and barcode. It speeds you right through the line.
Now what?
That line over there.
Feel like banks are getting a bit impersonal? Try Washington Mutual. We're building our bank around you because we never forget it's your money.
It's a holdup.
I hate it when these things don't scan.
Washington Mutual.
It changed our lives forever, this wonderful mystical energy source called electricity.
And since the beginning, it's absolutely demanded the ultimate level of skill and craftsmanship to safely and effectively channel its awesome power. We were up to the challenge then, and we continue to set the standard today. For 80 years, NECA and the IBEW have teamed up to educate and train the most skillful electricians in the world.
Atlanta IBEW Local Union 613 will light up your world.
LSU 21, Mississippi State 10. Another great return from Dominic Davis gives LSU an excellent field position inside the 50-yard line. Looking at first down and 10. Matt Malk coming off a touchdown pass to give LSU this 11-point lead. Tofield dragged down from behind, loses a couple of yards. Mario Hagan on the tackle.
Well, this last drive was incredible. Little innocent 5-yard penalty kept the ball for LSU. He threw the ball well, then he ran the ball real well, did Matt Malk. Great option play, 20-some yards, and then he found Henderson on that post. Tremendous concentration, and they made him pay for that 5-yard roughing the punter.
240 total yards today for that man. Needs 20 yards on kickoff returns to set the school record and needs only 7 more punt return yards to set the school record, surpass Eddie Kinnison, who was the last player until today to return a punt against Mississippi State for a touchdown. Looks like delay of game against LSU, moving back 5 yards.
You know, when we were out here watching Nick Saban's team work out yesterday, it was really interesting to watch just the kind of composure that they had. When they went through, they were really serious. There was no fooling around on the day before the game.
Very meticulous in his operation is Nick Saban. But you know what? Whatever system you have, to be any good, I don't care if you like the system or not, but if you believe in it,
yeah,
you can eventually become successful. And I think his team believes in their coach, and that says just tremendous things about Nick Saban. Malk throws. That pass might have been batted at the line of scrimmage. It just floated out to around midfield. It's in it for Reggie Robinson.
Well, it was tipped on the line of scrimmage, and this is a coach's nightmare. Watch the hands get up. The ball gets tipped on the line of scrimmage. I think it was Fields who tipped it, number 93, the big tackle. That's a good job, getting those hands up in front of that quarterback. And boy, that ball stays in the air the longest time. And the coach is just, if you're an offensive coach, you just take a deep breath and say, please hit the ground, hit the ground.
Well, Eli Manning had 8 or 9 balls batted at the line of scrimmage in his last 2 games, and that's a concern over there at Ole Miss. Pressure coming up the middle from Fields. Malk runs out of trouble and will step out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
Great pressure by Mississippi State right up the middle. They come right up the middle. You see the blitz pressure there now. He's wide open, Fields is. Now, he's not going to catch Malk. They're running to the sideline. And Malk has really impressed me with that speed. He's nimble, gets as many yards as he can.
I want to show you a little activity we can't display from the offensive line coach of LSU. What a kick this is from Donnie Jones, but it bounces into the end zone. A 53-yard kick, no return. Jones with a bad right leg, but still able to boom it into the end zone. Hey fans, now's your chance to enter today's Toyota You Pick 'em sweepstakes. Just go online at jpsports.com, click on the Toyota banner to register and pick the winners. Weekly prizes will be given to the participant with the highest point total. The grand prize winner, to be announced on November 23rd, will receive a new 2003 Toyota 4Runner. The Toyota You Pick 'em sweepstakes. See jpsports.com for the official rules. Entrants must be legal residents of the states of Florida, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, or South Carolina. First and 10, Mississippi State. 4 wideouts in the game, but Fant will hand it off. Gain of a couple for Justin Griffith.
I can tell you that Mississippi State needs some good things to happen. 3:21, third quarter. They haven't moved the ball well on offense. Need to get something going. Might do it with a long strike, but you got to get something going.
5 defensive backs in the game. On 2nd down and 8. Little play action from Fant. Has time. Lofts it up. Looking for Jenkins. Pass over his head, and then he gets whacked into the Mississippi State bench by Demetrius Hookfin.
I don't know.
No flag over there.
I was surprised at that. That's a little bit into the white. You leave the green and you're into the white right there. It was just a little tap, huh?
It's football. They got pads on. Let it go today.
That's why girls don't play.
You know, he didn't wrap up either. He didn't drive him into the ground or anything. Hookfin, one of the better cover corners in America.
Now, find a way to get a first down if you're Kevin Fant.
They've missed 5 straight conversion opportunities. Mississippi State, pass picked off. Corey Webster. Webster down to the 20, still on his feet. Webster out of bounds at the 9-yard line. The nickelback comes up big, and a return of 26 sets up the Tigers' first and goal.
All of a sudden, they call it the nickelback because it's the 5th defensive back, but watch Corey Webster, 13, step right in front. Just a well-played ball, and then he knows what to do with it. Pick up a couple blockers, get to the outside. This again, Fant just poor decision, throws it behind his receiver. Hey, you have to give Corey Webster great credit for that. Just great concentration.
Handoff, Dominic Davis. Davis dragged down. Gabe Wallace, one of the dog safeties out of Greenwood, Mississippi, on the tackle.
And Dave, what Nick Saban wants right now for his offense is he wants that killer instinct. You've got him down, you go for the juggler. He knows he's got to finish him off. You got to score on this. He said you can't get complacent when you get those opportunities.
Option play. Mock stood up, popped. Driven down to the ground by Mario Hagan, who now has 13 tackles in the game. Wow.
Well, there are leaders on this football field, and Mario Hagan is one of them. Watch the big man come in there, and you see when he tackles you, you go down. 98 is a player. He's made a lot of tackles coming into this game, and he's getting a lot more.
Hagan came into this one with 279 career total tackles. Now with 292 in his career. We love one more right here. Mock under pressure. Lost it back. Ball batted in the air. Nearly picked off by Khalil Nash. Got his big paw on it.
For a minute there, I thought Nash was going to have to run 100 yards with it. He's a defensive tackle.
What do you mean? He never would have made it.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking. Watch the big man. Got him a hand on it. And then all he has out in front of him, watch this. He's got nothing out in front of him except grass. He catches that. How far would he run?
He didn't want to catch it. He didn't want to catch it. Corbello on a 26-yard field goal attempt. Was 4 of 4 last week and continues his hot kicking. He's now hit 8 straight field goals. And LSU's lead is a couple of touchdowns at 24-14. So a good stand by Joe Lee Dunn's club, only giving up the 3 after the interception with 1:14 to go in the third quarter. And Mario Hagan stepped up big on that series, boy.
Well, you need your leaders are going to stand up. That's who you have to count on. And that was really a great series for Mississippi State. You turn around and say, what? They got scored on, but they stopped them. They were in poor field position. They held them to a field goal, but they need their offense to do something. Their offense doesn't move the chains, get a couple first downs. They're going to wrap this one up early.
Said 24-14, 24-10, of course. The announcers for this game are selected and compensated by Jefferson Pilot Sports. The broadcast is a copyright presentation. Any use of this broadcast without the express permission of the Southeastern Conference and Jefferson Pilot Sports is prohibited. on a glorious, glorious day for college football. Still a little hot here in Baton Rouge, but you can kind of sense that fall is just around the corner. 14-point LSU lead, and that was a big, big stop for Mississippi State. A touchdown there makes it a 3-possession game. Still only 2-possession game. Glad you could join us, by the way, on Jefferson Pilot Sports, your game of the week. How about last week? Nobody's out of it. Nobody is out of a game that we do. Last week, Vanderbilt down 21 in the second half, Dave. Tied it up, just couldn't close it out.
Well, had that ball on, what, about the 35-yard line with a few seconds left. Had an opportunity. But, hey, you got to credit Ole Miss for coming up with that big play at the end of the game. But great fun game to do.
At the 6, it's Fred Reed. Fred Reed now at the 36.
Boy, he's exciting.
Fred Reed, Jarius Norwood, and Nick Turner, all really explosive players. Not big backs, but great speed. Reed goes $185, Norwood $185, Turner $175. Dante Walker's the big man at 250, Dave, and he came in with a banged-up shoulder, and he continues to watch this one from the sidelines.
Well, this is time for Kevin Fant to shine. He needs to get some things going right. He needs to complete some passes. Forget about what has happened. If you're LSU, keep on putting pressure on them. Confuse them.
5 receivers in the game on 1st and 10. That pass is caught. Gain of about 4 on the play. Terrell Grindle brought down by Demetrius Hookfin.
Yeah, that's good play selection right there. Pick up 5-6 yards. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Throw the safe one. When the corner starts to creep up, hit them long. Try them going long.
Sparky Woods.
I wonder if that's what Sparky is thinking right now. Got to kind of nick away, just kind of chip, 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 then bang, hit him with a long one.
Big hole. Griffith, the fullback. Inside the 35. Give the credit to the offensive line. A 24-yard gain for the senior.
Dave, you want to see a forearm. That was a forearm. You talk about running over somebody. Watch what he does to Damian James right there. Boom! That's what you call a stiff arm.
Got it right underneath the face mask.
Oh, that was a stick. I told you I like the way he runs. Tough runner in there. Hard yards.
Well, he missed half of last year when he had neck surgery. Couldn't wait to get back on the field in 2002. First down 10 at the 33-yard line, and a timeout taken. Or was that the end of the quarter? That'll be the end of the quarter. Grindle up the top, or excuse me, Jenkins trying to call a timeout, but didn't need to. We'll return for the 4th quarter in Baton Rouge. Stay with us on JP Sports.
Body slams, headbutts, tackles, and that's just the celebration. No wonder Health South is the official healthcare provider for the SEC. With the latest in diagnostic imaging, outpatient surgery, and physical rehabilitation, you can rest assured you'll get the care you need. Whether you get injured from playing or just giving someone a 350-pound pat on the back. To read this week's health topic featuring Dr. Larry Field from Jackson, Mississippi, just log on to our website at healthsouth.com/SEC. Health South, the people who know.
It's Eat Like a Kid Again month at Sonic. Featuring our Supersonic Cheeseburger, made with the freshest ingredients after you order it. This is the big double meat, double cheese classic with the flavor you remember. Then, take yourself back with the creamy taste of a Barks root beer float, blended float, or choose your favorite flavor. Now just 99 cents.
I'm looking for something a little...
Not so tight in the shoulders.
Yeah.
Looser in the hips.
Definitely, yes.
A little less constricting in the legs.
Oh, yeah.
I may have just what you're looking for.
That's my car.
Exactly.
It's me right here, dog.
Introducing the new redesigned, re-engineered 2003 Lincoln Town Car. Everything you buy a luxury car for and more. Get 0% financing or up to $3,000 cash back on the best town car ever. There are those who travel and those who travel well.
SEC football is brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealers. Get the feeling. Toyota.
A little warm on the bayou. LSU, though, will take it, leading by 14. Let's take a look at our third quarter stats, and really been all of LSU to this point. Only 86 rushing yards for Mississippi State. They've only thrown for 71. They came in averaging 265 yards a game through the air.
But the biggest stat is that bottom one. Davis has just been incredible. The total yards he has, it has been his day.
This LSU defense only giving up 121 yards a game through the air. First in the league, third nationally, and so far the defense has won out against the offense. Fant rolls near side. Looking for Grindle. Throw his hands. Oh, my. And the offensive linemen, I see them all just shake their head like, come on.
You have got to concentrate on the ball. Now, Grindle's a great receiver. He runs this pattern. His quarterback's got time. He looks down. He lays it up. It's a soft pass. You got to catch this. Look at this. It hits him in the hands. Again, he's running by himself. It goes right between his hands. Put your hands together. Do something, but you got to catch this. Look at that. Look at that. Oh.
Fant has thrown 2 great touchdown passes today that have fallen incomplete.
Absolutely. You can't ask your quarterback to throw a better pass than that.
Fant under pressure. Fant goes down at the 35. Marquise Hill with the sack. His second this season, first today.
This is good pressure. I mean, when you come on a quarterback and you force him up in the pocket this fast. Now, look, you're coming on him, you force him up, then you come out and you bring him down. You don't let go. Some of the greatest tackles I've ever seen are by belt loops and shoestrings, and that's what that was.
Will Muschamp, the defensive coordinator, looks like he's played a game.
Your boy Sweat.
Third down, 12. That pass ball's incomplete. Grindle, the intended receiver.
And you go back to that missed touchdown. Fourth down, this is surprising. I look at Jackie Sherrill. I thought for sure he might go for it. Fourth down, you're on your 35-yard line. What are you going to gain? Oh, he's going to try a field goal. Wait a minute.
52-yarder on the way. Smith is missed from 47 already, made from 21.
Think it could be a fake?
The set is good. The kick is long enough. Off the upright and through. Oh, my. 52-yarder from Brent Smith. His previous long was 27 yards. Wow.
Surprise, surprise.
Mississippi State will take the 3. Down 11 in Baton Rouge.
I've got to tell you, this is one of the best things I've ever done. A few weeks ago, I saw the White's metal detector ad on TV. So I called the 800 number and ordered the catalog. Before I knew it, I had my detector. And you wouldn't believe what I found right here in my own neighborhood. I was finding the good stuff my first day. And the best part? You can see what's in the ground before you dig it up. Look at these coins I found at the fairgrounds. I found this old horseshoe at Grandma's farm. And these rings and jewelry down at our hometown swimming hole.
Your free catalog features metal detectors for every budget and discoveries made by people just like you with their White's metal detectors. Call 1-800-515-3536.
My wife said I needed a healthy hobby. She's proud of the weight I've lost and really proud of this.
Call 1-800-515-3536.
Uno, dos.
Steak, 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 steak. Non-stop $9.99. Steak, 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 steak. Non-stop $9.99. Steak, 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 steak. Non-stop steak, 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 steak.
Topped with your choice of 2 new sauces and melted cheese.
Pablo's $9.99. Steak.
Mississippi State gets a 52-yard field goal from Brent Smith to make this an 11-point game. Dominic Davis back to return the kickoff. Or we assume so. He's only done it his whole career, but he's had a great afternoon.
Boy, started off that great punt return. This really set the tone. You knew it was going to be a Dominic Davis. Then he just roared in for a touchdown. He just has done everything. On this punt return, he gets another big return. He only got caught by one person. And again, this has been a great day. You love seeing great players do great things. That's what he's done.
Needs 7 more punt return yards for the record at LSU, and he needs a 20-yard kickoff return to set the record for LSU in kickoff return yardage. And he knocks it down, won't get it here. Henderson out to the, see where they'll mark that, at the 27-yard line, a 20-yard return for Devry. Darren Williams brings him down. When the Jefferson Pilot Sports Crew's on the road covering SEC football, we like to eat at Huddle House and always enjoy their big house breakfast and lunch platters. Matt Mock hasn't thrown it a lot today. Hadn't really needed to.
Yeah, I was just going to say, hasn't needed to. If I had the running combination that he's had back there.
4 of 11, 52 yards for Mock today. High formation, we'll run a little option. Mock keeps it. Flag down to 30. There's a pretty good indication that'll be a face mask on Tommy Kelly.
Well, when you see a quarterback's head go whipping on back like that, that about took his head off. Tommy Kelly, number 55, got a hand, just a slight hand in the face mask, right? Yeah.
5-yard penalty.
What? I think I'd count my blessings there if I was Tommy Kelly right there. Watch the quarterback's head on this play. Boom. Oh, man. Almost lifted him off his feet. Watch this. Look at his head. I guess it's 5 yards because he didn't hold on.
There was no separation from head and shoulders.
Well, Joe Lee Dunn's defense needs one of those turnovers. He needs something to happen. They had 3 of them. They resulted in 10 points. They need another one right now. Got to force a mistake.
Here's the pitch to Davis. Davis turns the corner, dragging Josh Morgan and company to the 47-yard line. Gain of 18 for Dominic Davis.
Boy, Davis gets a great block by Rob Sale, number 73 right there. Look at him drive out. Never leaves his feet. And then he just takes people. And look at the number of yards. You can't get him down. Look at that. He picks up about 12 yards with somebody on his back. That somebody was Josh Morgan.
Miles Randall, Mississippi State, also went in there and just kind of bounced off Davis. Miles missed the tackle on the punt return that allowed Davis to score back in the first quarter. Here's Davis again. Dominic down to the 40-yard line.
Now, if I'm Mississippi State, I had that 10-play run where they never passed the football. Now they're doing it again. See if Joe Lee Dunn doesn't try that pressure where he does that little run blitz where he tries to get people in the backfield. It was successful before. He needs something to stop the momentum.
Dominic Davis up over 100 yards on 14 carries. What an average, 7.3 yards per carry today. Here's Davis. Only gets a couple, but close to the first down. Hagan on the tackle. Mario now unofficially with 14 stops today.
Let's take a peek at Mario Hagan, number 98. Watch him in there. Move along, slide. Good base right in there. Once he gets his hands on you, I'll tell you one thing, Mississippi State ought to be awfully glad they have Mario Hagan. He's made a lot of stops. He's been a leader. He's out there every play, never takes a break. He's my kind of player.
He's had 15 double-figure tackle games in 23 starts, had 17 total tackles versus Oregon to start the year. And remember, last year they moved him to defensive end and moved him back to linebacker. And the end spot wasn't really for him. He needs to be a linebacker. And once he got back there, he's been a terror on SEC running backs. Ice House scoreboard looks like this. Georgia 34-7 over New Mexico State. Virginia Tech blanking Western Michigan. Ohio State beats Indiana. Late in the fourth, the Nittany Lions closing the gap. NC State and Duke.
How about Duke?
Our winners are winning.
How about Duke?
Blue Devils may get that second win this year and gain a little momentum in the ACC. Matt Mock will keep it. That'll be a first down on 3rd and inches.
And you hear the crowd clap hands because they get that first down. When we talked to Jimbo Fisher yesterday, he was talking about that offensive line that he just loved. He said we're too deep all the way across the big guys. You see there, 76, that's Whitworth, just a freshman. Yeah. 6'7", 325.
It looks like he needs to gain weight.
Yeah, I know. He's another one of those skinny guys at 325.
5 formation behind Mock.
Oh, good call. Hard count, draw him offside.
Wilkerson, the center, the sophomore, but he plays like such a veteran. Wilkerson, very smart up front. Of course, was injured, missed a game, but back in the lineup, and this guy could be as good as it comes in the SEC.
Now you say good players, what a good player does is when you get that hard count, every one of those offensive linemen know it. You say it in the huddle. You say, hard count, hard count. That lets you know that you're going to try to draw them offside. That center's got to have that peripheral vision to see when somebody jumps in that neutral zone, snap that ball, pick up an easy 5 yards.
Well, he was ranked as the top center in the country coming out of high school in Texas. And he is a good one. A couple of tight ends on 1st and 5. Mock, a little play action. Looking for his tight end. Just off the fingertips of Eric Edwards. Corey Banks on the coverage, but a flag down at the 5.
Boy, Matt Mock held in there. You talk about holding in there. If you're a quarterback, you got him running down your throat. He had Fields just running down his throat. Holding against the defense. And we may be able to see the hold on the tail end right. Well, the official already with his hand in his pocket, so the hold occurred, but that was right off the fingertips. Oh, that was close. That's the way you want to lay out for a ball.
Edwards had a couple of receptions last year. Both of them went for touchdowns, including a 26-yarder against this Bulldog team. That would have been a 26-yarder. Instead, they'll hand it off to Davis. Dominic Davis hopping down to the 10. Banks finally drags him down, a gain of 11.
Dominic Davis has just followed Peterman 72 all day. See him turning up in the hole? He has just followed the block, and they've run that off guard, pulled through the hole 7, 8, 9 times. The big man answering the call. Not often you see guards get their name called as much as Peterman has had his today.
Peterman out of Waveland, Mississippi. Davis. About the 6. Robert Spivey on the tackle. How about an update from the Big Ten? With about 60 seconds left, and here come the Nittany Lions, Dave.
Yes.
Getting crushed early in the ball game.
Yes, they were.
Trying to remain undefeated.
Well, I'd like to thank the staff for bringing that one up. Rob Reichley,
Yeah.
Ken Dennis, our director, producer, director. Thanks, guys.
Todd Manhinnon, our associate coordinator.
Yes, sir.
Here's Toefield inside the 5.
You know, we look at Toefield on that run, and Dominic Davis has really had the day today. But what about Toefield coming back from that injury last year? You know, and talking with him and talking about his comeback. I mean, that is one tough individual. When you get as much knee damage as he had, and to come back and play as hard as he has, wow, great respect for him.
I'll tell you what, Nick Saban says all the time he likes to go with a hot hand, whether it's a quarterback, receiver, running backs, whoever's playing well. And so far it's been Dominic Davis, and that's why we haven't seen a whole lot of Toefield. But let me tell you something, we will see Toefield a lot during the SEC season. It's just Davis's day. Davis! Oh, big hit by Corey Banks at the 2. Kept Davis from scoring again. But an injured Mississippi State player, but man, what a hit by Banks, and he's not a big boy at 185 pounds.
Well, they say if you're going to talk the talk, you've got to walk the walk, and that's exactly what Corey Banks did.
Oh, boy, that looks like Mario Hagan down.
They don't need to lose him. He's their leader. But Banks just comes up there, and I mean, he's sold out. But as we watch Hagan down on the ground, you see him writhing around a little bit. There comes concern, I can promise you, on Joe Lee Dunn. In his conversation with me the other day, he said, I want to tell you one thing. If we didn't have Mario Hagan, we'd be lost.
Hagan, two-time All-SEC performer, could be an All-American this year out of Clarksdale, Mississippi. Goes 6'3", 255 pounds, and has overcome a lot of adversity in his life, not just here and there, but I mean, he has really had to make the most of an opportunity given him, and a real testament to the Mississippi State program.
I can tell you, as a defensive player, the ones I always admire are the ones that get out there. I mean, you talk about they play one speed, full speed all the time. They don't rest, so to speak, you know, turn it up on the big plays. If I'm a defensive player, I want everybody with me. All the other 10 guys to be playing the same speed. That's what Mario Hagan does.
Well, the Boo Birds are not for Mario Hagan. It's because on 4th and inches, LSU is going to kick a field goal. The first down marker's just inside the 1. Corbello will attempt a 19-yard field goal.
Oh, they were offside. Oh, and he missed it. Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Dave, you got to be kidding me. Mississippi State jumped into the neutral zone. They were offside. The field goal is no good.
Oh, my.
Right of your screen, you'll see him jump into the neutral zone. Then watch the ball hit the upright, twank, ball back.
But that's a first down for LSU. Here comes their offense. Actually, this goes half the distance. And they're going to bring the sticks in. They were at the 1.5-yard line, and the first down marker was just inside the 1. So we will see in a moment here.
Well, I can tell you they don't have the kicking team out there right now.
It's still shy.
Yeah, but they don't have the kicking team out there.
What is Nick Saban? Is he going to kick it again?
Matt Mock, he's out there.
All right, they're going to go this time.
Hey, you give him another chance. Nick Saban and company, they'll take advantage of it.
This is basically the ball game right here.
Now, do you sell out? Can you get everybody in the middle? You know it. Joe Lee Dunn, he knows it's coming up the middle. There's nothing fancy here. Just got to get that quarterback. You got to stop him.
Touchdown, LSU and Matt Mock.
I think I'd be hugging my offensive lineman, too. Look at the big men driving off the ball. Watch this surge. You see that yellow surge of helmets coming off there? They won the line of scrimmage. Matt Mock was over there pounding on their hats saying, great job up front, big guys. You just can't give somebody another chance.
Well, they've done it twice today against LSU. They roughed the punter, which gave LSU a first down. They ended up scoring a TD. The offside's there. Let them score another one. It's 31-13.
It's Eat Like a Kid Again month at Sonic. Featuring our Supersonic Cheeseburger, made with the freshest ingredients after you order it. This is the big double meat, double cheese classic with the flavor you remember. Then, take yourself back with the creamy taste of a Barks root beer float, blended float, or choose your favorite flavor. Now just 99 cents.
It's here. Inside is unlimited strength and power. It can change everything.
This is Bowflex, an entire gym in one easy-to-use machine. So powerful, it delivers over 60 health club quality exercises with up to 410 pounds of resistance, all in the convenience of your own home. For a free video and brochure, call right now. Bowflex. Who said change isn't easy?
Wade here from Plank Road. We're busy making Ice House, not ads. Rob Kiley sent us this idea. Nice headband, dork. We'll make the Ice House, you make the ads.
Day in Baton Rouge, and the LSU offense has been hot courtesy of a couple of just bad mistakes. Just there's no other way to say it. Just bad mistakes by Mississippi State that has afforded LSU this 31-13 lead.
You talk about those two opportunities. Just think about that. 14 points on just those two plays because you give them another chance. They missed the field goal. He's not going to block it from out there. He just cannot do that.
Bello to kick off. That'll be taken by Fred Reed at the goal line. Fred hit at the 20 and stopped right there. Let's check in with Buzz, who has an update on some of these Bulldog players.
Yeah, obviously it's mounting up for Jackie Sherrill, Dave. Dante Walker just hadn't been able to get it done today. 6 carries, 14 yards. He's been hobbled in practice. They say there's nothing wrong with him over here on the sideline. They're just choosing not to go with him. Now they are going with Turner as Walker goes out, but Turner has been limping badly as well. He went in and got his foot x-rayed. One bit of good news from the sideline, Mario Hagan has a bruised AC joint in his right shoulder, kind of like a burner, if you will. They say there's a chance he could get back in this football game.
Thank you, Buzz. Good news for Mario Hagan. Glad you're getting some updates down there. You never know when you're going to get these health updates anymore. Fant to throw across the middle, wide open. It's his tight end, Donald Lee, out over the 35. That'll be a first down. Gain of 15 on the play. That's the 5th reception this year for Donald Lee. Lee invited to play in the Hula Bowl All-Star game after the season. He and Dante Walker.
Played that myself.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a trip.
I guess. You know, go to Hawaii.
Oh, man, what a trip. That's a great one. Hey, how long ago that was? I played. Steve Spurrier was one of the quarterbacks. Bob Greasy was the other one.
Oh, my God. There's Ray Bivens with a catch out over the 40 to the 42. Damian James brings him down, gain of 6.
Now all of a sudden you see that Mississippi State's starting to move the football. I'm wondering if LSU's gone into a little bit of a softer defense. Lay back a little bit. No softness there, is there? Will Muschamp. There's no soft. Look, he sweat through that shirt.
At his feet, incomplete. Pressure was coming from Brady James. Man saw number 11 and ducked. It's not a bad idea. Brady had such a great first half. Had 9 tackles in the first 30 minutes of this game.
Look at this speed. Accelerate, run through the quarterback. Kind of can't hit him solid, but Brady James, we love his play. Consistent, always there, always a leader. Keeps his head in the game, very intelligent.
Out of West Monroe, Louisiana. Fant fires. Batted up in the air, nearly picked off. Damian James dove for it, but just out of his reach. Demetrius Hookfin was the cover man on that play.
Cover, that might be smothered by Hookfin. I mean, there's nowhere to go. Left of your screen, this is just a drill. Look how close Hookfin is. He's right there. If he doesn't get his arm pulled down, he might intercept it. Excellent coverage. One-on-one out coverage. Read the quarterback's eyes. He's played well.
Fourth and 4. Bulldogs will punt it away. Fair catch called by Davis at the 17-yard line, 18-yard line. So Davis still needs 7 more yards to set the LSU record in punt returns, but his team's on top.
Pint breakup, so you'd finally dumped him.
It's only a little scratch.
Here a scratch, there a scratch, everywhere a scratch. And they're all an eyesore. What you need is GS27 Scratch Remover. It gets rid of those surface scratches quickly and easily. Simply rub GS27 into the scratch, then polish to a beautiful finish. The scratch is gone. Would you do this to a brand new car? Ouch! But GS27 removes that ugly scratch quickly and easily. It'll even remove paint scrapes and unsightly rust. GS27 is only $9.95. But call right now and get a second tube for only $5. That's 2 for just $14.95. Plus, we'll give you this key finder key ring free. Just whistle and the key ring beeps. Order your GS27 now.
Call 1-800-698-4664 to order GS27 Scratch Remover now. Get 1 tube for $9.95 or double your order and receive 2 tubes for just $14.95. Call now, 1-800-698-4664.
What? No. Give me my shoe. What you gonna
Wonder of natural gas. Nobody does it better or brings it to more fireplaces than we do. Georgia Natural Gas. We want to be your gas company.
31-13 LSU in their SEC opener. And in 2 weeks, we've got more SEC football coming your way. Next week, we'll take an off Saturday. Let CBS do a little doubleheader for you. And we'll be back with you on October 12th, and we'll know that game on Monday, somewhere in that ballpark. And, of course, we'll let you know. You can go to jpsports.com or secsports.com or daverowe.com. Find out all that stuff. Toefield picks up 7 on the play.
Run. All they want to do now, they want to run the ball. Nick Saban wants to run the clock. They want to run out the 2. Well, you start talking about what ifs. You know, what if they don't do that punt damage? And what if they don't do this? And but then you have to give credit to LSU because they capitalized on both mistakes. They turned them into touchdowns.
First down for LSU. Wow, look at the rushing yards. Woo! 233 to 83. I will say this, though. This LSU offense has been successful running the football, but if they don't get their passing game in gear, Dave, they're going to be down the road. That's going to come back and bite them.
Yeah, you have to have balance. Nobody knows that more than LSU. Their coaching staff, they know they have to have balance. You're not going to run against excellent teams. You're just not going to be able to.
Toefield dives forward to the 35. Well, Nick Saban, not only an excellent football coach, excellent football mind, he's also, well, an author. After LSU won the SEC Championship and the Sugar Bowl last year, Saban co-authored a book with longtime advocate sports writer Sam King. The book's called Tiger Turnaround, and it tells the story of LSU's return to prominence, as well as a look at the life of Nick Saban. Got a lot of great pictures, about 130 pages, 25 bucks. Go ahead. You know, if you're a Tiger fan,
hey, they're buying them, don't worry.
no field, no gain on the play.
Good penetration there. That's what you do to disrupt running games. You get in the backfield. Nash that time, 4 tackles. He got roared in there. I'll tell you one thing, Tommy Kelly, number 55 there, is going to be quite a football player. We've talked about him. We've seen some results of him. Big man talking a little bit in there. See Doyle Owens come up there. Looked like he was up to about his waist. There's Doyle.
Doyle Jackson, our referee today.
Doyle Jackson, what did I say? Oops. I'm sorry, Doyle. I talked to you before the game.
Mock rolls out near side. Mock being pressured, lets it go. Pass over the hands of his intended receiver, Henderson. On 3rd down, and here comes the LSU punt team. Jones had a nice afternoon. Didn't know if he'd play today, but he has stepped forward. Punted pretty well. Flag down, but there's a bad kick as I give him a little bit of love. Shanks went off the side of his foot, but a flag down. See what that's all about. If that's another penalty against Mississippi State, it's 4th down and 5.
Well, it's right up on the line.
It could be in 1st down if it's offside. So this time it goes against LSU.
Thrown on the line of scrimmage, so you right away think of not enough people on the line of scrimmage, Dave.
I'm assuming Mississippi State will decline that and take the ball near midfield. Doyle Jackson will bring out the new pigskin.
Foul in. Only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined and 1st down.
Well, here's how we got here, Dave. It all started with a tremendous return from Dominic Davis, 78 yards in the 1st quarter.
Boy, you knew with that one he was going to have a day, and he continued having a day, roaring into the end zone. Then Matt Mock just made that wonderful pass reception. You can see him having an exciting moment. He's not had a great day. Mississippi State came back, had a field goal.
Out of bounds. Terrell Grindle, 52-yard field goal by Brent Smith. Gave Mississippi State a little bit of life. Nick Saban still has a lot of life.
Yeah. Always in the game.
You know, one thing about Will Muschamp as a defensive coordinator, now Nick Saban, a former defensive coordinator himself, the two of them really run this defense. And I think for Will Muschamp, what a great way to be a defensive coordinator. You get to work very closely with a great defensive mind and your head coach. And the two of them construct what has been a pretty good defense.
Yeah, they mesh so well.
Fant fires, pass batted down. Nice play from Randall Gay. Randall, the junior out of Bruley, Louisiana.
Well, you talk about nice coverage. That's exactly what LSU has done on all the plays today. Their defenders have been great position, running step for step. Look at this. You just can't cover any better than that. That's one-on-one coverage. You're running step for step with them. They have played outstanding in the secondary. We talked about their secondary, have a lot of experience.
Oh, good secondary.
Yeah, absolutely. Good experience. And I can promise you, Will Muschamp knows that that's where the game is won and lost.
3rd down. Fred Reed close to the 1st down marker. He had to get to the 42.5. If the ball's at the 42, it'll be a 1st down. See if they'll move the chains. Randall Gay, who we just spoke about, hobbles off the field.
Another signal is 4th down. They're not even going to measure it.
He's about a half a yard. Not even that.
Now, if you're a defensive lineman, you know it's going to be a quarterback sneak, right?
And that should be enough for the 1st down. Clock ticks at 4:28. But I tell you, Mississippi State has struggled this half. 3rd down conversions. They're now 0 for 8. Georgia winning. Virginia Tech, Ohio State, Oh, there it went. I think Joe Paterno just felt sorry that Bobby Bowden lost on Thursday night.
They're trying to keep the race tight.
Right.
Yeah.
Pass is caught. There he is, Tubbs. Gain of 11. That'll be a first down.
Well, you start looking at Mississippi State and you say, well, where did they go wrong? What went wrong with their offense? They weren't able to convert first downs. They weren't able to convert, as you said, third downs into first downs. They weren't able to move the chains. They couldn't sustain drives. They got 3 turnovers, but they got all their points off those 3 turnovers.
Fant going for the home run ball. It falls incomplete, looking for T. Millens, the younger brother of former Alabama star Freddie Millens. T, the true freshman out of Starkville.
And you know, in fairness to Fant, when I talk about things going wrong, he had a couple huge drop passes.
Touchdowns.
Yes, huge drop passes. Good leader. They really like him. Just a junior. Got a lot of time. Jackie Sherrill says he's got the arm to play. He can throw it. He's heads up in there.
Fant's got the ability to be a good quarterback in this league, but he has to have people around him play at a much higher level than they are right now. Pass is caught by Jenkins. Jenkins gets across the 20. That'll be good enough for a first down. Stop the clock, of course, with 3:53 to go. Boy, Nick Saban's still coaching hard out there.
I think he's coaching hard because they allowed him to make that first down, just kind of pushed him out. You've got to play full speed when you come across there. That was Jeremy Lawrence. You can't come across there real easy. He coaches all the time. He's very intense. You can see the look on his face.
Fresh set of downs for Fant and company. Little fullback dive, gets a couple of yards. Justin Griffith. Second down, 7. Fant to the end zone. Picked off. Corey Webster, his second INT this afternoon. The 6-foot junior rose to the occasion as Mississippi State tried to score the TD.
Dave, let me tell you what Webster did. You can see Dick Saban there is excited about his defense, but I'll tell you what they did, what Webster did. He played it. He just sat there. He read the quarterback's eyes. He reacted to the ball.
We'll step aside. Stay with us.
At Advance, we believe in doing it yourself, so we made this commercial ourselves.
Hey, Charles, what are you doing?
Just getting ready to install a new battery out there for a customer.
I see. Pretty cool outfit. Wow. Well, where'd you get those awesome goggles, battery guy?
Funny.
Battery guy walks the earth, searching for battery. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, Battery Guy. Bow before him.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Baker, and I'm fortunate enough to be just one of hundreds of people that diligently work each and every week to bring you JP's coverage of the SEC Game of the Week. Obviously, there are the announcers and the production crew, but there are so many other folks behind the scenes. We at Jefferson Pilot Sports want to acknowledge our elite group of official TV network sponsors. Please support Alltel, Ice House, Chick-fil-A, and Chevrolet. It's about teamwork and their commitment to college athletics that helps put you in the front row.
Uno, dos.
Steak, 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 steak. $9.99. Steak, 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 steak. $9.99. Steak, 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 steak. Steak, 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 steak.
Topped with your choice of 2 new sauces and melted cheese.
Pablo's $9.99. Steak.
Jim! Hey, Mikey. Here's our TV, 57-inch widescreen. Looks even better than last week.
Can we take it home this time?
Therein lies the problem, Peter. The minute we take it home, I'm going to see it on sale.
You know, with Circuit City's Price Match Plus, you don't have to worry about that.
Huh. Don't worry, take it home. Because if you find a lower price within 30 days of purchase, we'll give you back 110% of the price difference. Circuit City, we're with you.
Does this mean my video game system can come home too?
LSU leads Mississippi State 31-13, 3:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Tigers in defense of their 2001 SEC championship. Toefield, it's a couple. For the best deals on cars, trucks, and SUVs, visit your local Toyota dealer today. As Toefield getting some work here in the second half. Dominic Davis up over 100 yards today. Was the hot hand, and Nick Saban went with him. Kevin Fant, not such a hot hand, but can't all be his faults. Got to have guys who can catch him when they hit him.
Not when you lay the ball out like he did a couple times.
Toefield, 20 carries, 71 yards on the ground today. Try to add to those totals. And probably will have 21 carries for 71 yards after that run. And a timeout taken by Mississippi State, I believe. Well, Dave, it was one of those days where Mississippi State had to create something and create some turnovers to be in this game, and they did it, but they couldn't convert.
Well, they converted 10 points on them, but they weren't able to score touchdowns. But you see the turnovers, they hadn't gotten any. All of a sudden, I mean, they got some good turnovers, 3 of them in the first half. But again, their offense just could not capitalize on it. LSU came back, and they got turnovers themselves.
Those resulted in touchdowns and points, and really Mississippi State's special teams have hurt them in terms of penalties a couple of times today that afforded LSU to keep drives alive. But this LSU defense today, 210 yards allowed to Mississippi State, and they've held their now 4 straight opponents to less than 250 yards, and the last time that happened was in 1976. And the LSU defense has not allowed a 100-yard rusher in their last 9 games.
I want to tell you how good that is. We used to say that 250 yards is the mark of winning and losing a game. If your defense can hold them to under 250 yards, there's no way that you should lose that football game. Even the Virginia Tech game, they held them under 250.
Third down and 7 for the Tigers. Long under pressure, comes back to the near side, stutter steps and stumbles, and they'll say he's out of bounds at the 29.5. He had to get to the 30-yard line.
Well, it's going to be a tough mark. Looks like he's a little bit short. You know what? You're sitting here 31-13, 2.5 minutes left, and I'll bet you Nick Saban's breath just came out of him when you watch your quarterback scramble and run. This late in the game, that's where injuries happen. You got to be careful there. Again, he's going to go strong side, gets forced back here. Now, heads up play here. Watch this little stutter step right here. Get those quick feet. Now he's got to make the 30. Ooh, that was awfully close. Boy, that was
short by about a yard, or I should say about a foot. And LSU will punt it away, I believe. The offense is, yeah, those guys are all heading to the bench, including the quarterback. And here comes the punt team, and with 2:21 to go, that's the right decision.
Yeah, you come over here and let the big guys sit down, take a big old breath. That offensive line of LSU has really played well today. I just think back on that one drive, 10 plays, ran it all the way down the field, scored a touchdown, set the tone, got this thing back under control for their team.
Donnie Jones steps in to punt. Last time Jones punted, I said he was having a great day with a bad leg, and he hits a 17-yarder. So I'm just going to let it go.
Don't say nothing. Don't. Yeah, right.
LSU letting the clock tick before they send it back to Jones. It's at the 33-yard line. And Ray Bivens takes it to the 39. Boy, Randall Gay left a little while ago. It looks like he's cramped up again. Gay's had a great game. He's just a big play guy, and he's had a nice afternoon. Let's check in with a guy who's had another guy that's had a nice afternoon.
That's right.
Our Dave Buzz Baker. Dave.
Thanks, guys. I know y'all are used to the limo transportation, but on behalf of all of us here, this is the first time JP's been here in 5 years, and I know these folks love their night football, but they could not have been more hospitable to us. Out in the parking lot this morning, a lot of those folks are back out there watching the game right now. It has been a great experience, and we appreciate y'all letting us come down and visit for a week or so.
Amen to that, Buzz. It has been a great trip down here. As Kyle York checks in at quarterback for Mississippi State, nearly picked off. Demetrius Hookfin got a paw on it, but it has been wonderful. Everybody here has been just, we rolled into town, and people couldn't have been nicer to us. And I know, I mean, we're all...
Well, it's tradition. We know that. I mean, but hey, as Nick Saban said, if you want to play in the big times, you got to play...
At any time?
At any time, any place. Just line them up. They're 11 against our 11.
Second down and 10. York rolls out, lofts it up. Pass is caught at the 22-yard line by T. Millens. That's T's third reception this season. A gain of 40 yards.
Nice concentration. Roll out on the roll. Watch Millens look back for the ball. He's got double coverage looking back into the sun. That's what you got to do. That helps your quarterback out. You go back and think of those two that were dropped that could have been touchdowns.
Vance saying to himself right now, why couldn't you have done that a long time ago? Vance, you know, sitting on the bench watching these guys catch balls after he threw them, and they were dropped. Here's York. Through the hands of an LSU defender. That was Adrian Mays out of Houston, Texas.
That was close to coming back the other way. York doesn't like that one.
York, the redshirt freshman out of Spring, Texas. York goes 6', 205. He's just a couple inches shorter than Kevin Fant, but a good young quarterback. Got that start, of course, in Oregon. What a way to open up, heading across the country, play a Pac-10 school on the road, and you find out 24 hours before kickoff you're now the starter. That pass almost picked off. Right in the chest of Jack Hunt as a flag is down. Holding against Mississippi State is the call.
Well, that flag was thrown about 7-8 yards off the line of scrimmage. It's thrown way, way in the backfield. And you may see it. Looked at me as if it was on the left side of your screen, the tail end of your screen. Really don't see it on that play. That's almost the interception. Now, here, look on the left, right as your screen, I should say. That may be the hold right there on the right side, but there's the interception. That was interception all the way.
Hunt, the junior out of Ruston, Louisiana. Second down and 20 now for the Bulldogs.
Pressure.
York gets hammered. Pass is picked off. Near side. Demetrius Hookfin down to the 30-yard line. His first interception this year with a return of 48 yards. And that is the ball game.
Great play. Watch 33. Play the ball. Go high for it. Bring it down now. Pick up that wall of blockers. Hookman, we talked about that defensive secondary having experience, playing solid. That's the results of solid, good secondary play. Interceptions, heads-up plays.
Hookman, the senior out of Kentwood, Louisiana. As Marcus Randall, the sophomore out of Baton Rouge, comes in, take the final few snaps for LSU. We'll step aside next week, but we'll rejoin you on October 12th for our SEC Game of the Week. Coming your way at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Central. We're off next Saturday, so CBS can do a doubleheader. And I believe that game's Florida Ole Miss coming your way, and then we'll rejoin you on the 12th. And we should know that game. We usually find out about 12 days out, which will put us on Monday. We'll know what we're going to do on the 12th, so be sure to log on to jpsports.com or secsports.com to find out the television games coming up on October 12th. Well, for Mississippi State, tough loss for the Bulldogs on the road. They will fall to 1-3, 0-2. Number 22 LSU goes to 3-1, 1-0 in SEC play, and they will have won 10 of the last 11 meetings against Mississippi State. So Nick Saban starts the defense of his SEC crown in fine fashion with a 31-13 victory. We will come back to Baton Rouge, put a wrap on things right here on JP Sports as LSU picks up the win.